Where's Paul? Is he here? Glitch in the Matrix, a swing. I like swings. When's the last time you got on a swing?
A while.
Yeah, dude, it's fun. I have one in my backyard. I'm afraid it's going to break them.
Well, I was about to say, just go get some new chains at Home Depot and a tire and see what we can drill some whole shit in it.
Well, you know what? I mean, you look at it, and it's never budged. So I feel like I can still swing on it. It's in the backyard there. It came with the house.
I'll get a message going, Ray, it budged.
All right, that's all.
I try not to.
Really? Because you talk. Well, now you're talking about it. Also, you put it on Facebook all the time just to piss people off.
Yeah.
Which is listen. Now that I know you as well as I do, it's funny to me because I see people like making a terrible mistake.
You're just like,
yeah. Like people just making the terrible mistake of getting into an argument with you. Like
I know.
I say all the time. It's like trying to argue that you try to argue the sky isn't blue, and someone's like, it's right there. It's fucking blue. And they're pulling their hair out.
It's
like,
turquoise.
Nope.
It's
like,
turquoise.
Yeah.
Okay. Outside of the knockdown in the third, I had Francis Ngannou winning on points by multiple rounds, 2, 3, maybe even 4 rounds. How on earth do you score this fight for Tyson Fury?
I had
You knew there was no way, dude. You knew there was. Sorry, before I get to her, sorry, I was just gonna say you knew there was no way the judges were gonna give
Yeah.
It was never gonna happen, no matter what Francis did. He was not gonna get 2 out of 3 judges on this card. It's too bad for boxing if he loses. I've never ever seen a fight where I saw it. I'm like, that didn't happen though. That didn't happen. Like I honestly saw. Still to this day, I don't believe that happened.
No, not at all. I do not. I don't get it. I don't understand what the hell. Like, okay,
It's gone full WWE, man. There's not like, no, dude. That wasn't real. That didn't actually happen. No. Bro Plata, where black people and white people talk nonsense.
Welcome to Bro Plata, everybody. It is Thursday. We had a shortened week due to it was going to start off just being depression, and then it turned into depression and a day off work yesterday with the events that happened Tuesday. We'll talk about that. Paul and Tyson happened. That's all I have to say about that. Stipe Miocic and Jon Jones, obviously, we'll talk about more of that coming up. We have Andrew.
Is everything
Law.
all right, by the way? Everything okay?
Yeah, it ended up just being like her blood pressure was like spiking. They did a CT and there was no like scarring from in the brain. So my mom had a stroke or a high blood pressure incident that we thought was a stroke. And
I'm gonna say if there was no scar, that wasn't a stroke, which is good.
Yeah, very good actually. So that was a little bit of a sketchy couple days. But she's okay. She's home now. She's actually in the living room right now, hanging out. So
just chugging salt, looking at salt brick like a horse. I made it last time. No, I'm kidding. Now there was a few years ago, my mother had 2 of those in a week, and it was rough. But we figured out she figured out what the problem was. It was some of the meds she was on. So she got off that, and she's been fine ever since.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, man.
It was a scare week.
Yeah, they changed her medications up, gave her some new stuff. So they gave her like a blocker busters, which I guess are like they like any kind of blood clots or anything like that. It just busts them up and gets them out of the way. The call was the weirdest because I was just high in my living room, and I was like looking forward to just like doing nothing, and then I get a call from one of the doctors that had seen her and was like, "Mom, we think may have had a stroke," and I was like, "What the fuck?" And immediately,
like, Doc, I'm way too high for this right now.
I just kind of shut my mouth at that point because my high brain took over and went, all right, shut up and listen to what you got to do. And then we went to visit my mom my brother was there. He went before me. And then, yeah, we both left together. I was there for like 10 minutes because she was like tired and passed out and drugged up. So what's the point of me being there when she's just passed out kind of thing? But yeah, it was fun. And then shout out to David Horning and Brian Sternick. I did the Tuesday night show at Mayhall's basement, which was a lot of fun. I did a minute of time, rolled out a new joke, and it went well. It went well.
I'm looking at a bed for 1 minute. Let alone going to Cleveland. But I'm not getting. Dude, I wouldn't
Well,
go
yeah, that's you
for
Tim.
1 minute, dude.
That's you, Tim.
That's awful. 1 minute? What the fuck is it's not worth it?
It's like Kill Tony.
How other sets getting shorter and shorter? Like,
I know, right?
That's ridiculous, man. People wonder why they don't see me. That's fucking why. Give me 10 minutes. You won't see me.
Well, also you live in Bufu, so it's like
yeah, but I'll come off for 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, man. At this point, I'm just doing as much time as I can and trying to write new stuff.
1 minute at a time. I don't believe you, by the way. You're not trying to write new stuff. You don't write new stuff.
I am. Yeah, I have a lot of new material. It's disturbing.
Okay. Are you doing 51st jokes?
Yeah, I signed up already. So, yeah, I signed up for it. And actually did John Bruton's room on Monday. Make him laugh Monday. And Tim, I've never been so scared to do stand-up in my life because there were
was there a militia in there?
It almost looked like it. Because everybody had
camo vests with AR-15s in the front row. Actually, that'd be kind of show. This seems like I'm doing a show for my family. This is fun. For me.
That actually does sound like a Danko family reunion. Actually,
a little bit.
But no, the audience had balloons, and they would pop them if they didn't like your jokes.
I don't think I'd handle that well, to be honest with you.
I kind of yelled and guilted them in the beginning to kind of get their attention and try and just be like, I'm holding my hands. Literally, I wouldn't for the first minute of my set. My hands were on the microphone because it's supposed to be if they pop you, you're supposed to get off stage kind of thing. But nobody did that as the night went on. Little Daddy kind of established that it was more of I'm just going to do my time and people can pop at the bad jokes they don't like. It became a social experiment at some point. It was kind of cool.
I already know what I would have done. I would have gotten my own balloons and went up, told a joke, and popped it before anyone else did. Had a chance to. It's a one-liner, pop. Blow another one up. One-liner, pop.
That actually, I would have respected that a lot. I would have been applauding you with every pop. Your mom joke, pop.
Every time.
Yeah, man, it was kind of fun. I didn't know how it was gonna be, and then a bunch of comics started telling dirty jokes on purpose to get people to pop their balloons.
It's funny.
It was
just rape jokes and a bunch of just broken balloons everywhere.
I think there were a few, if I can remember. I can't remember many jokes from that night, but yeah, it was kind of interesting. I just went as to watch it happen because I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I ended up going first.
Great.
Perfect. I know.
Of course, I'll be honest. If I was doing a concept like that, I'd make you go first too. Ray will let Ray take the bullets, dude. He's all scar tissue anyway.
Yeah, he's like Deadpool. He'll regenerate. It's fine. I didn't get any of no balloons were popped during my set. I can confirm that no balloons were popped during my set, so I kind of take a point of pride in that. I did tell a Jake Paul Tyson joke where I'm like, that fight made me realize I could take on Jake Paul. It's fucking hilarious, dude.
Listen, listen. It's been waiting since Thursday to tell everybody that I've been saying this for months, that it was going to suck, but Paul was going to win. And anybody that thought Tyson still had it was a fucking idiot. And who was right? Again, play the sounder, Ray. For months, I've been yelling at you and Paul, telling you guys you're insane if you think Tyson has anything left. Insane. And I was right. You guys told me I would.
Tim was right. 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 Tim was
not surprised at all. I mean, I told you. I mean, I can't believe you guys thought. I mean, you know, check the tape. Check the tape. All right. There's a lot of conversations that I'm like, you guys are insane.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I
haven't heard that one before, D-Ras. Come up with an original joke.
I had faith, dog. I had faith. I had faith in Tyson to get him up against the ropes and maybe work him up a little. But Jake Paul, again, the knee injuries that Tyson had.
58 years on this earth. Dude, he's 52. Come on. My favorite meme is that Jake Paul signs deal with Netflix to push George Foreman down the stairs. That was my favorite meme. That was my favorite meme. A lot of good memes. That was my favorite. Yeah. And also, Paul, I did lose money actually, because before the fight, I'm like fucking putting money on this for Paul to fucking finish him. And he didn't. But about the third round, when I realized, I'm like, dude, he's going to finish him. Then he didn't. I'm like, oh, he's made a decision in his head that he's not going to finish him. I think he didn't want to be the asshole who knocked out Mike Tyson. So he just fucking cruised from the fourth on. And that pissed me off because I had money on it, and I think he could have easily finished him, but he made a decision. I get it. It's probably a business decision. It's fine. This whole thing was a business decision. And you know what? Honestly, a collective win for boxing, I think. You can say it wasn't because that fight was a circus fight. Well, we knew it was a circus fight going in. But we had a couple really great fights in that card. That welterweight fight was really good, and the women's fight was really good too. Although the decision was pretty fucked up. But other than that, it was a great fight. My mother watched this whole card. Most of this card, and she was even like, "Why'd that girl win? She didn't win." Like, you're right, Mom. She didn't.
That Katie. What was her name? Something.
No, fuck. I had it. I blame you. Joe. It's something. Watson Jones. Something like that. Something common.
Because it was Serene Yo was the challenger, right?
Yeah.
Katie Taylor?
Yeah, that was right. Yeah. That sounds right.
Katie Taylor.
Yeah.
I don't know what the judges were seeing on that fight, by the way. Especially with a point deduction, you would think the math going into that was going to be a draw.
Yeah. At worst. At worst, a draw for Serrano. I thought it was strange, but it was good for, a lot of people saw those women fight, and I'm assuming no one has had that. They've never had that many eyes on them before, I'm assuming, and that's good because they're both really good fighters, obviously. So that was good. Like I said, a collective good for boxing because it was good for everyone who got seen. Now Netflix, like, they had to be well aware that they're going to have a lot of traffic, and they figured they would be prepared. But maybe it was even worse than they thought, or I don't know, because it sucked for everybody. I had to watch it on my phone. Eventually, I just gave up and like, fuck it, maybe it'll work better on my phone. I watched the main event on my phone.
My buddy's dad was getting fucking livid with every single buffer. It was like it was our show. Like I just got used to it.
I wasn't as mad because I'm used to it from this show. This is the normal Tuesday, Thursday for me. When things are just buffering. Like, you in the middle of that sentence you cut out. So like that makes sense.
Yeah. It's amazing to me, like, the amount of times that thing was buffering. And even it got to the point where I'd just make a sound of like, every time, because especially during the Katie Taylor fight, I think Sereno had her up against the ropes at one point and like hurt, and it buffered right as they had that fucking exchange. And I was expecting a new champion as the screen came back. Like I was preparing myself mentally for that, Tim. It was sad. There's so much buffering on that fucking thing. Like, I want to enter the class action suit that apparently is starting to be fucking put out.
Netflix.
This is the story I just actually brought up.
That's pretty funny.
Newsweek.
That's funny.
Yep, over the Tyson Paul fight.
Because of it cutting out.
Jay, I think that's part of it. May not have accounted for millions of people who were attempting. That's the understatement of the year. Let's see. Filed in Florida by a man named Ronald Blue Denton.
Yeah, makes sense.
Blue
versus Netflix. Yeah, okay.
90,000 people lost the ability to watch the live streamed fight. Yeah,
they're probably not even counting the people like us who technically got to watch it, but it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, dude. It's
my favorite thing about that. I don't know if you got this on Netflix, but it like troubleshooting came up and basically said it was our fault. Did that happen to you?
No.
Yeah, it went like, well, your internet's good. We're good. It's good on Netflix's end. Maybe you should restart and turn off your router and turn it back on. I'm like, no, it's problem. It isn't mine.
Yeah, douchebag. Like what?
That was the annoying part because it was on the checklist. One of the things was on Netflix's end was Netflix's network, and it cleared. It got the green check mark right away. I'm like, really? Because that's the fucking problem. I can watch Archer right now. I can watch Stranger Things or whatever. I can't fucking watch that fight right now. Yeah, you're right. It's on my end.
Yeah, that's weird, dude. Like
that pissed me off.
I honestly was like I wish Elon was like messaging Netflix, being like, I could hit you up with some Starlink like right now, bro. We can fucking put that bandwidth out. I can have it within the minutes. Like I'll drone you the fucking shit. Let's go.
I expect it to be much better for the football games. Number one, the football games won't have as big an audience, I don't think. But
what?
Of that? No. Dude, everyone's watching that. Not everyone's going to watch
the English fans that'll be watching football games like live on fucking Turkey Day.
I guarantee it will not be as I don't know if they hit the numbers out, but I guarantee it won't be as high as the fight. Or at least the amount of people who attempted to watch the fight. Yeah, there's two different games. I don't give a and it's on Christmas. Is what day is on? It's on Christmas. Not Thanksgiving. It's Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah,
they'll have
team's
time
not playing. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna watch the Steelers on Christmas Day. I don't want to ruin my Christmas day.
Why with winners? You're gonna hate winners because we're
I will say this about the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's funny how much they're winning and they're not that good.
Yeah.
But they're not good. But they're winning. But they're not. I love how people I have so many Steelers fans that want to get rid of Mike Tomlin. I'm like, he's winning with nothing.
Yeah.
His kicker scored all of his points. That's what tonight's game, and listen, if the Browns were better, I probably wouldn't even do the show tonight, but I don't want to. I'll watch the end of it. But the weather's going to be so bad, and those two teams, it could be like the grossest game in the history of football. It could be really, really bad.
It could be like that game in 2009 where it was like the score was like 9-6, and it was like sub-zero temperature.
Score's going to be 4-2, 3 safeties.
Yeah, all safeties. Mm-hmm. Fucking Russell Wilson has like 100 rushing yards just on his own because he can't throw it. And it's snowing up here. Like, I hate it right now. This sucks, dude.
I was going to ask you if it's snowing. Yeah, it was snowing here, but nothing that's going to stick. But tomorrow's supposed to be a little warmer. It's supposed to be like high 40s.
All right, I'll start melting it a little bit, hopefully. But
also it's supposed to rain all day, which is sucks.
That's fine.
I'm going to be up there, and I have to drive up there in the rain. That fucking sucks.
What are you coming up here for? Oh, I forgot what it's the 21st is today.
Yeah. The prophecy will be fulfilled.
Watch the bombs drop as you walk it. Never got to see Creed.
It's Creed, everybody. I've been waiting to see Creed literally since like probably fourth grade. Yeah. I've been wanting to see Creed for a really long time, and 2009 I almost did. I was living in Texas, and I bought tickets to see him on that 2009 tour, but I ended up moving back here before the show and had to sell the tickets, so I never got to see him. So Scott Stapp by himself twice, but I never saw the whole band, and I saw Alter Bridge, so I've seen them separately, but I've never seen them together. But yeah, definitely excited for that. And Three Doors Down, which is a fun sing-along band.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Like,
You got to res that Soho chicken and whiskey too.
nice.
That'd be good. I like chicken and whiskey. That sounds like a win-win.
I'm taking the girlfriend to fucking this one pot place that's like a Mongolian barbecue apparently tomorrow.
Okay.
So yeah, it should be fun.
There was this one where I lived in Texas that had like you picked everything raw and then they cooked it in front of you. Was it like that?
Yeah, I forget what like this place is. It's not like
a bowl and you put a
barbecue
bunch of shit in it, and then you hand in the bowl and then they cook the bowl.
Yeah, it's like a whole hot or like Mongolian barbecue, I think. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is. We're gonna go tomorrow because it's right by Grog Shop. Like we pass it every Monday when we go hang out there. But
I expect to hear The Who on repeat. It's the same album over and over. That's my Mongolian throat singing impression.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of like that kind of like you gotta make sure you sound like you smoked since you were 9.
Man,
and they're from Mongolia, so they probably did smoke. From the time
you're right, probably. Like smoking toddler videos from like Mongolia, or like it's rough. I mean, like it's one of those like you want to laugh, but you know you shouldn't, but you're like,
yeah, fucking, it's
chief and toddler,
just wearing like sunglasses that a dictator would wear, just like just looking all happy while he's fucking puffing away.
Like,
yeah, I'm glad I grew up in this country where people kind of care, but not really. It's a good time.
They care, but how many times were you like riding around with a parent in a car, and the car was like just packed with cigarette smoke?
Not many, believe it or not. My parents were kind of.
Yeah, my mom smokes now, but she didn't when we were kids. But they would be like when I was with my friends and their parents or something. Like a
few of my friends' parents smoked, so we'd be around it all the time and that kind of stuff.
I to this day I can't handle cigarette smoke. I can't. I hate it.
Well, I know, Tim. I'm fully aware.
I hate it.
I'm okay with it. Like I grew up around it. My dad's friends were smoker, or like some of my dad's friends smoked, but not a lot. So, and plus they were softball players, which is even more hilarious.
Dude, my softball team would have cigarettes in the outfield. Or one time, last time we played, an outfielder from the other team like yells from the outfield, "Hey, one of your outfielders dropped his skull out here." He's like, "Just leave it out there. Get it next inning."
Skull is acceptable in softball, but like cigarettes when you got a guy playing fucking deep right and he's like just puffing on a Winston. Like,
our league, we don't care. I mean, there's one guy that we had a couple times who umpired and smoked, and that pissed me off because I didn't want to smell it. Like when they're in the field, I don't care, but it was a fucking umpire back there smoking. I'm like, you fucking.
I'd hand him a beer and be like, the first one's a ball on me.
I'd rather him have a beer. I'm fine with that. That happens too. Like guys will have beers, they'll put the beer down, catch the ball, throw it in, pick the beer back up. That happens a lot. Yeah, that's what I liked about our league. Our league is about as casual as it could possibly be.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, we try to win. Everybody tries to win, but it's pretty fun. And plus, everybody kind of knows everybody, and so we talk shit the whole time. That's pretty fun too.
That would be the fun part about that whole thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, we didn't play last year. It bummed me out, but whatever. Although I'm about retirement age for softball anyway.
And my dad was my age, I think, when he retired. He went and kept himself going for years, dog. Or no, he played into his 40s. That's right. He was like 42 when he was Stipe's age when he fucking retired, I think.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple dudes who play with us in their 40s, but there's also dudes who are like 18. So
those are always the weird ones. Even like when I was a kid, like, why are you playing with my dad? Like, you're fucking 18, bro.
We had a couple high school kids. We have high school kids fill in before. But yeah, then there'd be some dude who's like dad has to play, and he's like 60. That's fun too.
Just hits dingers for some reason.
No, usually just can hit the ball the opposite way and just pops it over the first baseman head every time, like he's been doing it in his sleep.
He's the ringer.
Kind of
spits on his hand like
a bunch of those old dudes who hit the ball right over the third baseman's head, and they pitch. They don't run very fast, but you always use a pinch runner for them. But then they're always a good player. Always, they've been doing it forever, and they're in much better shape than probably half the guys in the league. So what happened when we did the one tournament, and my mom's boyfriend at the time played. He was the fastest dude on the field. He was 57. He was running out ground balls to first base. What this dude is 57. He's flying.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Even now.
Fuck.
I bet that dude runs a sub 540 at 57 years old. I bet he runs a 5 flat. I'm curious.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I don't either, Tim.
No one knows.
What it's like to be the sad man. To be the bad man, Tim. Behind blue eyes. And that's what I was going for. Yeah. Oh, man.
I saw, a clip of a comic talking about how his wife has the best laugh. She has a beautiful laugh. I love her laugh. Every time I'm around the house and I say something funny, she's always her laugh just. That made me laugh. I'm like, good joke.
That is a joke. That is a very good joke. Oh, man. What was I gonna, fuck. Lost my train of thought.
Regan was awesome. He was everything I wanted.
Yeah, how was that, bro?
It was awesome.
How was the energy that like he was putting off? Like, could you? I bet a dude like Brian Regan, when he enters the room, like shit's about to go down.
It's what you wanted, man. It's what you want. The Regan walk, and he's like in between bits of like do the little bounce around, like this. And I'm like, yeah, he's doing it. He's fucking doing it. Yeah, it's great. And actually, I ended up having better seats than I thought I did.
Ooh.
I thought I had like side balcony, but no, we were like 5 rows up. So I could see his face, which was good.
Yeah.
My mom almost couldn't breathe. She had a good time. She was almost she almost passed out. She was laughing so hard.
How's his new hour going?
Really good. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple parts of it he's probably still working on, but most of it is really good stuff. And I'm like, man, his next special is going to be good because there's a lot of really, really good stuff in there. I think it's hilarious.
Good.
Guess who opened for him? It's the most obvious answer. I tell you that.
Stavros
No. Think it through. Who's the most likely person to open for Brian?
Marty.
Regan? No. Dennis
Regan,
his brother.
Oh, I didn't know he had a brother. I honestly
didn't know he had a brother? Oh, okay.
No.
You knew. Yeah, no, Dennis has been a comic for like 40 years. Yeah.
I like Brian Regan. I'm not like a super fan, but if someone was like,
I thought everybody knew he had a brother who was a comedian. That was like
I may have known, but at the same time,
he never been nearly as famous as Brian, but he's been a working comic for a long time. But he's like 70 now, and he was okay.
My hip hurts. I gotta go get surgery to fix my hip.
He's not Brian. He's not Brian.
Oh, he doesn't have like the similar.
It would be funny that the exact same cadence. No, they're actually nothing alike.
It'd be like Dave Landau and his twin having the exact same like. How much for extra cheese, bitch? Like, they were like that same kind of like shit. Check out Dave Landau, by the way. But yeah, that must have been a lot of fun. I was kind of jealous of you to be able to see Brian Regan like that.
Dude, the best part was that it took us 4 minutes to get, that's awesome. Like, and usually I go to something like that. I got to drive to Akron or Cleveland. I got to park in a fucking parking garage around the street, right? I got to walk all over the place. And this place, it's the College Branch. It's right by my house. It's a mile away. Yeah. It has its own parking lot. It's awesome. I'm like, this is the best. I mean, the show is great anyway. What? Yeah,
sold out, I assume.
No, it wasn't sold. It was.
What?
I know, which disappointed me a lot. I'm like, they're not going to bring guys like this back. It's not. Now, I don't know. It was close. Our row was on the side. It had 5 seats, and there was one in the middle that was empty. But most of the mezzanine was full. I don't know how much of the balcony was full. I know there was some seats left because I looked before. I don't know how full. I couldn't see the balcony from where we were sitting, so I have no idea how full the balcony was. But it wasn't sold out completely. It was mostly full. I'm hoping it was at least 90% full. The mezzanine was. I mean, not the mezzanine. The orchestra, the downstairs was full. Almost all full. There's a couple empty. Like I said, there's one next to my mom, but there was mostly is full. Conley was there. He had a seat like not too far from us. I could actually see him, so I could look over and see what he was laughing at, which was fun to me.
Bring it, bitch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Wouldn't be difficult, really.
Yeah,
we're not fighters. We're just shit talkers.
I did the glass jaw line,
and if you knock us out, we'll still talk shit.
I did the glass jawline talking about the Tyson fucking Paul fight, where I'm like, I wouldn't want to really fight any of them because it's just the jaw is just glass. It's not there.
I feel like my jaw would break before it would knock me out. Like it was like,
it
would just crack, and like I didn't feel anything because it just went straight through my teeth.
There's
no resistance.
Just coming at him like a zombie.
Just a knife through butter, just straight off. Yeah, there's no resistance there. I actually didn't feel it at all. Yeah.
Oh man,
I could see that happening. Is Pulse coming today?
I haven't heard from him. I sent him a thing. I think I sent you the same thing. The wagon on your mom thing. I saw that, didn't respond, but
I didn't respond either. Dude, lately you've been about like 40% on the reels you sent me.
Yeah,
you've been real low lately. You've been sending me some real shit ones.
Some of them are more sports related to you than anybody else.
Well,
like,
most of those I've seen already, so that doesn't count. They count as misses because I've seen them already.
Mm-hmm.
But I only send you bangers. You're welcome.
Some of them, yes. The one that you sent me, and I think I'm going to put a poll up along with this with a link to the video.
Oh, this is easy, by the way. This is easy on my. I have my answer in 1 second.
I had my answer as well.
I mean, it's a lose-lose.
It is an absolute lose-lose. I'm trying to go slowly so I can bring it up here. Passing the thing that said the Christmas Story mom is Hanrahan's wife in Slapshot. Still to this day blows my fucking mind, bro.
Why? That she's an actress that can play multiple roles? Who would have thought? Wow, range.
Well, no, I didn't know she had such great tits. Like you've seen her tits in Slapshot. Like they're
there was
open
a
and
time.
honest right there.
There was
bro.
a time, Ray. There was a time.
It was, but you know what? She earns all the money and residuals that she got until she passed away from Slapshot with them gorgeous thingies on her chest.
You think she got any points? She probably didn't get any points. Think she got points?
Possibly. Who knows?
Doubt it, man.
I
don't know. Maybe.
I got this coming up here.
Oh, Jake Digman gets fucking residuals from Warrior, so who knows?
Yeah, I know.
Although that was a lot later.
Oh boy, what is this happening right now? My laptop is just taking a shit on me. I gotta update
That's new.
It's the other one now. This one's fine. Like this is running at optimal speed. Like it's good. But like the fucking Chromebook is starting to get really just terrible.
Right. I hate when it's fucking gets cold because he had to put the heat on, and I fucking sweat like a motherfucker when I put the heat on.
Take your shirt off.
I don't want to. Hey, I don't have to be shirtless. Bo-ring Nickal won. Fucking told you he would.
Oh, man, I love.
You're gonna give him shit for you're gonna give him shit for fighting smart. Oh yeah, that's right. How dare you fight smart? How dare you? Yeah.
He should have ended Paul Craig. See, that's a problem with a lot of wrestlers, man. It's a problem with a lot of fucking
Ray,
wrestlers.
he outstruck Paul Craig for 15 minutes. He's been striking for 3 years. Paul Craig's been doing it for 20, man.
He has the power to take Paul Craig out. He could have done it. You know
what?
what?
What does that say about him that he can outstrike Paul Craig? He's only been striking for 3 years.
All right. Still, I think over fucking rated. I agree
by
with the crowd that was
he
chanting
starts fighting
overrated the
contenders, he's gonna be
entire
really
time he
good.
was out there.
He's going to be listen, they're still taking his time with him. So by the time he's still learning the sport, but by the time he's fighting top 5 guys, he's going to look really fucking good. He's already really good.
I mean, he took Paul Craig down. A lot of guys have. I get it. He fucking outstruck him.
He outstruck Paul Craig.
Paul Craig isn't also a striker.
Yeah, but he's been doing it in MMA for a lot longer than he has.
Yeah, but he's a jiu-jitsu guy. Like, that's all he is.
Still train striking every single day in the gym.
Yes.
It was impressive.
I
still forget the man has only been fighting MMA for 3 years.
I was very bored with that performance. I was not impressed by that performance, to quote GSP. Like, it just Bo Nickal to me.
Whatever, man. Bo Nickal, future champion. Just give him
overrated.
Time to still learn the sport. Dude, he's just overrated. They're giving whatever. You know what? Again, not gonna do it with you. Not gonna do
overrated.
Uh-huh.
So I put on the thing. Boring on the fuck it. Just
by the way, everyone needs to know that Ray makes those he puts shit on all the time on the thumbnails I don't agree with, so I just let it happen. I don't care. That's all. That's Ray's thing. He can put whatever he wants, but just know
my artistic creativity.
If he
man,
said it, the chances of me agreeing with him are about 0.
Sometimes you agree with me. Sometimes, not always.
5%.
But I do have an answer to this question. I told you I'd answer it today on the show. And we'll play the video first. I know we can't really see it well, but just listen to the audio and you'll be able to know what the question is.
Tear your group chat in half. And to be honest, both options are terrible. Option number 1, you need to take a spinning back kick from Jon Jones, blindfolded, and you cannot defend yourself. Number 1, you're blindfolded, so you don't know when it's coming. Number 2, you can't defend yourself, so it hurts more. Now, for a little context here, for people who didn't watch UFC 309, Jon Jones did this to Stipe Miocic, one of the greatest heavyweight fighters of all time, and ruined him. The spinning back kick was what ended the fight, and Stipe was in severe pain. You could see it. And now we have option number 2. You are playing the slot in an NFL game, and you have to run a slant, which is a very obvious hospital pass, with Ray Lewis coming over the middle. And let me specify this so you guys don't find any loopholes. This is prime Ray Lewis, not Ray Lewis right now. But the caveat here is that you have to be wearing this while you try to catch this hospital pass and Ray Lewis is coming for your throat. Now, obviously, both of these options are horrible. Jon Jones could completely ruin your internal organs, and Ray Lewis could disfigure your face and will definitely give you CTE. Now, me personally, I think I'm going to take the hospital pass and risk it. But let me know which one you would pick and why. This would you rather is going to
It's pretty easy for me.
It's a very easy, in my opinion, it is a very easy choice. I'm going to ask you, Tim, what is your choice?
Both could kill you, right? So we're aware of that. You could die either way. But let's say, hypothetically, you don't die. You just get real fucked up. I don't need any more shit happening in my brain. I don't fucking need that. I have enough of that in my life. I don't need my brain to fucking stop working. So as much as the fucking kick to the chest from Jon Jones will fuck me up real good, I need my thinker to keep working the rest of my life. So I'm not fucking taking that hit from Ray Lewis. So I'm going with Jon Jones.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually the opposite.
Well, you don't need your brain, Ray. That's what
I haven't needed my brain for years now, Tim.
Look at where I'm at. Are you like fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin? I don't believe in CTE. It's not real. It's a myth.
No, it's the thought.
I'm not taking the no more hits to the head. I'm done with hits to the head.
Here are the factors. Blindfold, hate that. Already kind of like you're making me say no.
Well, also taking a pass in the middle is also you're getting blindsided too. If it's a slant,
yeah, but I feel like you can, as you're catching the ball, you can kind of get tense up for what's about to happen, and prepare yourself for impact a little bit more.
lot better chance of your neck breaking on that one. Your neck's going to break from the kick to the ribs. It's going to suck, but you're not going to. You can puncture a lung, but you're not going to break your neck. You can also puncture a lung, get a hit from Ray Lewis. So.
I mean,
that's a lose. But as soon as anything with the head comes in play, I'm like, I'm out. I'm not gonna hit a head anymore. So I'm fucking.
But I'm not able to protect myself. I have a head protection. Granted, it's a leather helmet.
No, you don't. That's not head protection. Have you ever seen somebody? It's not even legal anymore. But you can't even see guys get blindsided by slants anymore like that. But back in like 2000, Ray Lewis, yeah, they could then. And if you see any of those are the hits that I used to celebrate, and now we cry when we see them. Those are the kind of hits. So yeah, you wouldn't know who you were after that fight. You might not be able to walk for a long time from Jones, but Ray Lewis, you're not going to be able to know who you are after that. So
you know
what? That's fine, Ray. You do that. I'll take from Jon Jones. We'll see who recovers quicker. We'll see who knows who they are at age 50.
Dude, to be honest with you,
I'm already not mobile. How much less mobile can I get?
Dude, I don't know. Just like the idea of, especially with Stipe taking the kick he did, and I watched it again last night with my buddy John. I've had bruised ribs from concerts and being up against guardrails and being pushed, and like that is a pain I can never recover from. At least when Ray Lewis hits me and drives his forearm right into my fucking spinal cord, I won't feel anything afterwards. So what the fuck's the point? Like, I'd rather have that than like, oh God, I can't breathe. Like, that's not good.
I'm going to be visiting you once a month, bringing you a coloring book. That's what.
I'll use my mouth and my teeth to paint it.
But with the other one, man, I'll at least be able to fucking think and talk to you. I won't be able to breathe real good, but I'll be able to talk to you.
I can get a computer to talk for me. It's 2024.
You won't know how to work it.
I will. It'll be with the Elon chip. I'll donate my body to the Elon chip thing.
If you have hard brain damage, you're not going to be able to use your brain.
Yeah, you never. Hey, you never know. They might want something like that just for like a test subject. What is it like on somebody who's completely just like now a 4-year-old?
That's just what we need, right? The only thing you can do is control a drone with your mind, and you have CTE rage. That's exactly what you need.
When it goes into CTE rage mode, you hear "Flight of the Valkyries" playing.
Dun, 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 yeah. What's that? Well, the American Capitol is being attacked by former NFL linebacker drones. Well, I don't know. Somebody dropped their applesauce. They're just coming in hot. They're pissed.
Why is that one coming in crazy? That was actually given to Chuck Liddell. Which he was. Did you see him? Like he was at the flight.
Their nurses got cut off, so they're coming after Dr. Oz.
Fucking Chuck looked like he was doing some coke. His fucking jaw was moving a little fast for me. I'm not quite sure, or he might have had an erection. Who knows?
He's probably not doing well. The man's taking a lot of hits. We saw the back end, the back end of his career was not great at the end there. He shouldn't have fought his last about 10 fights. So
yeah.
But that's rough to see that. And there's another reason. That's another reason why I do not want to take the Ray Lewis hit. I don't want to take either of them, but
I mean, I'll take it. I don't care, but like, I don't know. There's something about here that's.
Can we just get like a high school linebacker to like just hit you over the middle? Can we just do that?
I'll do both. I could hit up Menor High School and be like, I want to take in a leather helmet hits from one of the linebackers on the team.
I wouldn't say
full pads. I'm not going to say you do a
D1 school. How about you go to Kirkland or something? They're good, but they're smaller. They have good form, but they're smaller. You hit by like a 170 linebacker, not like a 250 linebacker.
No, I want a kid that's committed to Kent State and pissed about it. That's what I want. I want that kid to be like, fucking goddamn Ohio State. Fuck
He's walking on to Michigan with a chip on the shoulder, like that kid.
Yeah. He plays for Western Michigan. That would be like he's pissed about that. He's like, fuck that goddamn cheating school, Michigan.
Well, dude, I mean, obviously, there's guys who play in the MAC and the Hall of Fame, so obviously the MAC always has great players. Every D1 team has great players. Fucking James Harrison, that fucking cheater. He's not cheater, dirty player.
I sent you that thing. Speaking of reels, I sent you that James Harrison thing of the first time he ever played because of Joey Porter getting fucking injured.
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing though,
and he was like, "You're not taking me off the field." Like he intimidated fucking Coward to like keep him in the fucking game after Porter got injured.
Speaking of feeding people applesauce, he's got a lot of quarterbacks to feed applesauce to in about 10 years. Colt McCoy, dude. Probably. He should be giving Colt McCoy sponge baths.
Just washing his booty all the entire.
I'm sorry, Colt. My bad. I was just doing my job, Colt. I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to lead with my head. It's just how it happened.
Yeah, right. I mean, that guy had more fines than most people will make in their life, right? So
yes, he was making installments on a lot of them.
He probably still has to work. He has a day job, pay his fines.
He just sells like fucking cars in Atlanta just because he's James Harrison.
Maybe
he just intimidates people to buy cars. Sign this. You got a Kia Rio.
He owes Roger Goodell $8 million fines.
Punch him in the dick and make it even. Fuck Goodell.
Can I punch him in the dick? Not Goodell, Harrison. Just anywhere.
Are you willing to run away?
No.
He's gonna beat the shit out of you. I feel like James Harrison could beat Jake Paul.
He's not a boxer.
Doesn't matter.
I mean,
James Harrison comes in and just fucking fucks up Jake Paul.
Why does everybody think that every athlete would be a good fighter just because they're good? Like that, fighting is a different sport, right? You are aware of that. You should know this by now, right? Like Nate Robinson, he thought he is a great basketball player. I might be a good boxer. I'm going to fight this kid from Disney Channel. I bet I'll do fine. Le'Veon Bell too. Didn't Le'Veon Bell get his ass kicked by somebody too, or did he win? I don't know.
No, I thought Le'Veon Bell won.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh man, I am excited for hopefully a Steelers win tonight. That would be ideal.
Don't care. You don't really care.
I do. This is the only time of year I care.
Okay, because you're mean. Because you want your friends to feel like shit.
Well, no, because I experienced horrible treatment when I went to Cleveland Brown Stadium as a Steelers fan, and I had one piece of memorabilia on, which was a hat, and people wanted to steal it from me constantly. And it was like,
dude, knowing you, there's no way you weren't being an ass.
I wasn't.
I don't believe it because I've seen you at games.
I was being kind. I'm not a rude dickhead.
I've never seen that happen, so I don't believe you.
At football, I'm not into football though. Like,
no way you not. A dick. I know you. There's no way.
I wasn't shit talking.
You know what? Listen, you may be telling the truth, but I don't believe you. I don't believe you because I know you. I'm just saying.
I'm not a dick in public like that. It's just not like. It's not in my nature to be that big of a dick.
Have you met you?
I have. I was very cordial, and I was pissed off
how
when we lost.
You say how self-aware you are, then you say things like that. Like, you obviously aren't as much as you think you are.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm a fucking saint. Le'Veon Bell did win, by the way. Hey, Freedom Guy, good to see you. But I'm not rude when it comes to being at sports games, unless it's a team I like. But I'm not like.
What do you think the dildo budget was on that movie, Tim? In the middle of the fucking game, next to Terry Francona's poor daughter and grandkids?
Didn't even know. So it doesn't count.
Doesn't matter. There was human beings around you that could hear you. You don't talk about dildos at a baseball game that loud.
We were talking. Well, I didn't mean to whisper it, but I was also.
You didn't. You don't know. Another thing. You don't know how to whisper. I know that too, especially if you're drinking. You have one volume, and that's loud as fuck. Raise one volume is I'm the only person allowed to speak right now. That's raise one volume.
I'm in the room.
I'm
Nobody
here.
else.
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. One volume.
I am Roman Reigns. I am the tribal chief. Acknowledge me.
That's true. Also, he claps with big fucking meat hands with fucking sonic boom claps right in your fucking ear. Right in your fucking ear. My ears ring after being... I'm not kidding. This happened multiple times to me. My ears... I've never had my ears ring from people clapping at a ball game before, which happened twice with Ray.
I am who I am. At sports
the point
games,
is Ray is a ridiculous person.
I did annoy people at the Labor Day game. I will say that. I got some.
Oh,
some
3 times. I forgot about the Labor Day game. Forgot about the Labor Day game.
Yeah,
wasn't talking about that one.
Yeah, that did happen.
Remember that one.
But
yeah, that's what you do. Also, like, you know, the year that the Browns beat the Steelers 2 in a row, we beat the play. Do you remember how much what I said to you? Do you remember what I said to you?
Not much, because you're not that person. But
nothing.
I like
I didn't
being
say a
the
single
douchebag.
fucking thing. I didn't say a single fucking thing because I'm a good person and a good sports fan. You are shit.
I am an amazing sports fan. I have a passion.
You're actually a better human being than you are a sports fan, and that's fucking saying something. Like you.
I mean, you
are a bad sports fan. You really are a shitty sports fan, and you have the worst sports takes of anyone I've ever heard. But we're not even talking about that. We're just talking about your fandom, and it's very annoying. It's selective. That's the most annoying part about it, is that it's selective.
Depending on the season, yeah. If it's a bad season, because I've been let down before, Tim.
We all have. I'm a fucking Cleveland sports fan. You think I haven't been let down?
Of course,
you see what the Browns have been doing this year.
Times. Oh, I know. Hopefully,
Cavs aren't going to go undefeated. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, that wasn't going to happen anyway. I was expecting them to lose
dude.
Later in the season. To be honest with you,
I figured it'd probably happen that game against Boston.
Very good back and forth game, though. I watched it Tuesday at May Halls. Very back and forth.
Good. They're really good.
Donovan Mitchell is unworldly. Like that dude. Towards I think it was the fourth quarter. He rolled around 2 Celtics guys, did a Euro step, and fucking really looked hot. Like it was quite nice.
This is some big Ray hate. What's wrong with Tim? This is normal level Ray hate, Freedom Guy. Have you not watched any of the 354 episodes?
I know.
This comes up a lot. Especially when it comes to Ray and sports fandom. This comes up a lot. Also, the Cavs won again last night. They're 16-1. They're gonna be just fine. As long as everybody stays healthy, they'll be just fine. Although I don't think Mitchell played last night.
We had a game Tuesday for sure. I mean, they can't try to come back. They lost by 5, I think, on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was pretty close. I don't know. I didn't watch it because I was at Regan, but and that ended right when we got home.
Yeah, I was watching it at May Hall, so I was waiting for the sign-up sheet and having a rodeo burger. It was quite nice.
Eating too many things with the word rodeo in the title.
It's one of my favorite Kyle Kinane jokes ever. It's like, I got gout from eating too many things with the word rodeo in the title.
Brian Regan was absolutely fantastic on Tuesday, but there was one just silly joke he did when I was just like, oh, Brian, come on. It's like, been eating a lot of cold turkey. Don't know how to quit. Yeah, that's
Ooh.
I was like, Brian.
Did your OCD kick in, but you had to fight it and tried to say, do better?
No, but I did go. But he got me back right away. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah. Oh, that one hurts. That was oh.
I'm like, did you steal that joke from Marty Drexler on your way down here?
Marty, I need a line for the people. I can't fill my hour. I have a 10-second gap I need to fill.
Other than that, Prime Regan, exactly everything you wanted him to be. It was awesome. So
Regan is awesome. Took him a long time to get the credit he deserves, but at least it's been happening lately.
I don't know any comedian. I don't think you can name one that is more respected by his peers than Brian Regan. I have never heard any comics say anything bad about Brian Regan.
No.
None. Not one ever. I don't think there is anyone who does. Even if you're like, well, he's not exactly my favorite kind of style of comedy, but there's nothing too bad to say about Brian Regan. There's nothing.
I'm not gonna lie. There is
I honestly don't know if there's anyone more respected than Brian Regan.
There is a part though that I want to see that I've heard about from like some people who have like seen this part of Brian Regan.
Oh, drunk
Brian Regan, the curse. Drunk cursing Brian Regan. I want to see.
I know he's a pretty heavy drinker, so that's why I was like, "Where's he hanging out after this? Like, can I get on the bus and drink some whiskey with Regan? Like, that's what I want, man."
You should have just showed up with a fucking bottle and then at the bus and just been like, "Regan,
I'm a struggling comedian here for advice and bourbon.
I'm a fan."
And I brought some cold turkey. All right.
Oh no, I would have kicked you in the dick if you would have said that. Grabbed the bottle and like left you outside and locked the door. That's a fireable offense.
And a very awkward encore too. Like his brother came out and be like, "You guys ready to go home yet? Want to get Brian back out here?" He was off stage for like 30 seconds.
Wow.
I'm like, what was even the point? I'm like, just bring back out.
Kind of do a do-si-do and then have him come out.
Basically, he came out and did like 10 more minutes. I've actually heard him do that. Some of the stuff he did at the end was like I heard him do a couple of those things before in other specials. So he was just encore stuff. But the hour is good.
Good,
really good.
I need to start going to more shows, man. Like more comedy shows.
I spent about 2 tickets, $160, but it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start going to hilarities more.
Again, the fact that it was, I was looking to see him in like Wheeling, or I think he's coming to Akron in the spring, but I was looking at one of those shows, but the fact that it was down the street was just awesome. It was just plus that's a nice theater anyway, but it was great.
Yeah, to see, and especially a guy like Brian Regan, who like that was one of the early I remember I was 12 when I discovered Comedy Central, where it was like the stand-up portion and like Regan's half hour when that debuted that Saturday night was fucking fire. Like he's one of the guys I still remember from Presents back in the day, where you look at that set and you're like, this dude's gonna fucking be something. And he ended up being one of the best joke writers of all time. Like I would put him up there with the Tell and fucking.
Well, he's one of those guys. If you read his jokes on paper, you would be like, "This isn't that funny." But it's just he's such a good performer.
That's what I'm saying. He's a total package. I mean, even that Red Rock show where he fucking or Utah, or was it Utah?
Red Rock, that's in Denver.
Well, I know, but didn't he do shows in like I think he did the Netflix show in Utah or whatever, was outdoors.
That was Red Rock.
Was that in Colorado?
Yeah, it was that was Red Rock because it was called On the Rocks.
Okay. But
Giraffe neck and neck doctors. Yeah. But if you explained him to someone who's never seen him before, that you'd be like, that sounds kind of like hokey and corny. I'm like, it's not when he does it. When he does it, it's hilarious because he's so damn good at it.
It's the best. Like he was him, Hedberg, and I want to say Schubert were like the three that I really loved as a kid. Like when I was
completely different comedians.
But they were all fucking great. Like every single one of them showed me different like joke writing styles at a very young age. The night I discovered Comedy Central Presents was in this fucking house. Mitch Hedberg. It became a thing every Saturday or every Friday. I would watch Comedy Central Presents after that Hedberg special. It's one of the best specials of all time. I think it was like 99, 2000, something like that. I was in 6th grade. But yeah, dude, you want to talk about fucking fantastic. Regan's was one of the best ones I ever saw. Pop-Tart bit, obviously. But like, yeah, dude, fucking. I bonded with like distant cousins, technically, over fucking their love of Brian Regan. Where I'm like, yay, they like what I like. All right, cool. Shout out to the Rance family. Anyway, yeah, man, like that I'm jealous you got to see fucking Regan, man. Really am.
No, he's coming to Akron in like spring, I think. I'm not gonna go because it'll be the same show, but
you never know. He might write new stuff or stuff gets better.
After I'm get to see him down the street. That's awesome. They have another comic coming in March, but it's I don't know, I might go to figure out how much the tickets are.
Is it Yakov Smirnoff?
No, Yakov Smirnoff's coming to Sugar Creek.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you that. Yeah, because I saw that
when.
The other day. I'm like that. I think in the winter, like maybe early next year.
What day?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
Find out.
I saw for an ad. I don't remember what day it was.
I've had a dream. Like, that's a comedy dream of mine is to see
Yakov Smirnoff in Amish country.
Yeah, and not even in Amish country. Anywhere. I just want to experience because I missed out on Gallagher at the Funny Stop.
That's
so
good.
it's
You didn't want to. That was fucking awful. You don't want to. You don't want to.
I heard, and that's kind of why I wanted to go.
Soviet Russia, country Amish you. Yeah.
In Soviet Russia, Amish would be working for state and not eating at all.
Well, yeah, I saw that, and that was pretty hilarious. I'm like, did they fucking book a year?
I want to see Yakov Smirnoff. I want to pay the VIP package, get a photo with him, and just be like, it's Yakov. What a country. That'd be like seeing what's his face, Harry from
He's
fucking
73 years old.
Okay, but I need to hear a price and a fucking day. Because I'll buy 3 tickets if it's like $20. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. I'll spend $60 on Yakov. Just for the fucking ability to see him. I want to see Yakov Smirnoff. You have me interested now, Tim. I'm willing to drive to an hour and a half to Sugar Creek for this. Like, do you know how fucking wild that would be to see that man live? And I've seen Weird Al live. Okay, so have you. At the same time.
Oh, man. This place in Sugar Creek got some wild fucking shows, dude. Taylor Hicks.
Oh, my God. I met Taylor Hicks once, actually.
Of course you did.
He was nice. Piercing blue eyes.
I'm assuming you went up to him and be like, actually, Taylor, I don't like your music that much. You don't make me proud. Actually, Taylor, you don't.
No, it was very nice to Taylor Hicks, I believe. It was also during the medicated year, so I don't remember much of it.
I'm having a hard time finding it, although I definitely saw an ad for it. Oh, here it is. It's March 8th.
March 8th is
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
Saturday.
How much are tickets?
I don't know if they're on sale. Oh, here we go. Wait for it. Wait, if you just joined us, we're looking up Yakov Smirnoff. Ew. 53 to 72.49 before fees. Or is that yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Man, nope. Already I'm nope, not going to Yakov now. Because that's
you just said you spent $60 to see.
That's almost one ticket right there. I said if it was $20, I would absolutely pay $60 for 3 tickets.
Oh, dude, I'm sure it cost no less than $10,000 to get that guy in the theater. Probably more.
Probably to get him out of fucking Branson, Missouri. Like
Branson, dude, we should go to Branson sometime. I've never been to. I always forget about Branson.
Bro trip to Branson.
Never been there. Don't know what it's like. I'm like, well, where would I possibly? I like to go places we can do shit. I'm like, I feel like that's just Vegas. Where else? I'm like, oh, I can go to Branson, Missouri.
Watch Branson's like there's hookers on every street corner. Like
I did see that video today. You sent me today about the brothels. Can't afford that shit.
You never know. The prices can be worked out.
No, it's probably about $2,000. I don't have $2,000. Emmanuel Clase did not win the Cy Young. If he did, I would have had $1,200, but he did.
Who won the Cy Young?
Scooble, like I expected, but
okay.
like everyone expected. But when I made that bet at plus 4,000, there was still time for Scooble to like blow up, not have, but he didn't. He pitched better. And so did Clase. But what pissed me off is Clase came in third. Like if he would have lost to Cy Young, if Scooble was out of the equation and he would have lost to Seth Lugo, I would have been pissed. I would have been real pissed. But whatever. Guess 0.61 ERA isn't good enough.
No, it's not, Tim. You got to have a 9.
A what?
A .009.
Okay.
You got to have that. You can't have anything.
I think they announced the MVPs today. I'm expecting it was Otani.
I know the rookie of the year went to my boy, and I didn't buy the things today.
You couldn't find. You won't be able to find them, right?
You don't know that?
Yes, I do. I've looked. You can't find them anywhere.
I'm gonna call some card shops tomorrow. Actually,
they don't have them. They don't have them. I guarantee that. And if they do, they have individual packs for a markup. You can buy them on eBay for like $20 a pack. Not a box, a pack.
No, I want the box.
You can't get a box. I just told you this.
You can't.
Tim is right. Tim is right. You can't get a box. No, you can get a box of the Chrome series, but not the update. You need the update. Is the update one with the one with
the update has the thing.
Yeah, Jackson Holiday on the box. The other one has somebody else in the box. You can get.
I'll just walk into a card shop and be like, "You got updates of the Chrome? No, all right. I will go."
I'm telling you right now, they don't have it.
You never know.
I know.
No, you don't, Tim.
They do. They don't have it.
No, you don't. You haven't called every card shop.
Never listen to me.
Because
never listen to me.
Because I don't listen to anybody. I do my own thing. I fail on my own. Tim.
How's that been doing for you?
I have a job that pays well, and fucking and my comedy career is mid, but it's there. I get booked on things, so people like me. Some people think I'm funny, I guess.
Ray, they book you because they feel sorry for you.
You know what? I'll take it at this point. I'll take it.
I'm kidding.
I'll take pity books.
At least I think I'm kidding.
I know
I'm kidding.
But no, yeah, dude. Like the idea of, I don't know, just getting that card, walking into Pirates HQ, and just being like,
nope,
I own the opportunity here to either make a lot of money or the Pirates get the fucking card and I get what I want out of them.
If instead of the meet and greet with Paul Skeens, can I have a meet and greet with Paul Skeens' girlfriend instead? Like, I don't want to meet Skeens. I want to meet.
I would say I want both there. That's how I want it. I want Paul and his girlfriend. Can I get both?
I'll let the auction house sell it, but they got to come pick me up in my backyard at the airport.
Yes, there's got to be a
private jet going to wherever their offices is, and like, this is the only time this is going to happen. So,
yeah, that would be the thing with me, because there's actually a private airway by my house, like 20 minutes from me, and I'd be like, fly me out of there, and fucking go.
Is Andrew here yet? He said he's coming. Is he here?
I have not. He is not in the thing. Did you say?
All right, he'll be here in a second. I'm gonna get a drink.
He is here, I think. Yes, that is him. Yeah, you want to go pee real quick? I'll do like a thing, or
yes,
and I'll do a call to action. Wait for you to get back. We'll bring. I'm sorry, Andrew. Your buddy who needs to piss. Apparently, he just. I see him in the bottom going, God damn it, Tim. You should. I agree. But I'll take Tim off real quick. Give all of you watching a big thank you for watching. Do what it says down below me here. Just do what it says. That's all we have to share. Share our love of whatever the fuck this show is. It has MMA elements. We talk about combat sports here, but we mostly just bullshit. And we'll be bullshitting with Andrew Law once Tim comes back from his pee. And we love him. We also have a surprise for Andrew on the show today that's preloaded already. So we'll get to that once Tim gets back. You hear that, Andrew? And you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna bring him on. I'm gonna be a renegade right now. Hi, Andrew. Good to see you, buddy.
What's up,
How are
man?
you?
It's nice to see you. I'm good, man.
Good to see you as well.
Is it echoing too much back here?
No,
we're
fine.
Good. Right on, man.
Audio's fantastic.
Cool.
You look like you just got done training, my friend.
Oh, I did, man. I'm most of the way through a training camp, and I'm old now. So I'm tired. I'm good.
I feel you on that one, man. Like,
you can see all the gray in my freaking beard now, man. I'm an old man.
No. See, here's the thing. I'm waiting for my shit to just go gray and then just show up at a show with just all a gray, like everything, and then just be like, "It's there. I'm here. What's up, bitch?" You look cool though, like with the gray. I always like envy dudes that had the like gray streak.
Oh yeah, it's a vibe, man. It's a look.
It's definitely like you either grow your own vegetables and sell them at a market, or you're a killer. Like it's just like there's two ways.
I do both. Man.
Exactly, son. Yeah, Tim is right here actually, so we can bring him in.
I'm chilling at the gym still too, so you can get like there's the cage, man. Like I just finished up training. This is my spot.
I love it.
How bad does it smell in there right now?
Honestly, it doesn't smell too bad in here, man. We keep it clean. We don't have we don't have like an infection issue, man. We don't have like mat herpes and stuff like that. No, we don't do that here. We stay hygienic. Everybody showers afterwards. You know, the late great John Mongoose Myers was the stinker of the gym, and rest in peace. So we don't have the funk no more.
Why do you guys talk shit on someone who died?
Oh no, it's dude. It's
great. You're like R.I.P. John Mongoose, but he smelled real bad. Jeez.
Listen, if he was alive, if he was alive still, he would not deny the fact that he stinks.
That's true. He would probably own up to it. John was good. We tried to have John a couple times, and I keep forgetting to get back to him, and then he passed away. So that was
no, it is unfortunate, man. He was a really good dude, and he helped me a lot in my MMA career, man. He really did, and I really did care for that guy a lot.
Yeah, I heard the legends through Tim, so that was like how I found out about Mongoose.
Oh, he was his own person, man, and he was one of those guys
one for sure.
He was so good at fighting. He was just a dude that really struggled to put it together on fight night. Like you're in a gym and he's everything that you could handle, dude. Like striking, grappling, all of it was right there. Fight night, it wouldn't click, man. It didn't resonate. Sometimes it did, and it was pretty spectacular to see John fight when John was on.
Is your beard too long? It looks like it's too long right now.
No, it's perfect. We were just talking about it.
It's super long. We were just talking about all the gray. I
have a lot of gray in mine too. I get it.
I was gonna trim it. My wife Kelly, I'm not allowed to trim it. She enjoys it.
You got the fucking link. You got Lincoln length in it right now. Do you?
Yep. I'm gonna be on a $5 bill next time.
Maybe. Now, you know what? I just wanted to say that I don't believe that your gym doesn't smell. What I believe is that you believe your gym doesn't smell. I bet you guys are like nose blind.
No.
Like people who have cats, people who have cats. Like my house doesn't smell. We clean up all the time, and you walk in, the first thing you smell is fucking cats. Like I bet that's what it is.
Good possibility.
Smell staff and ass.
If you came in here sometime, you could tell me for sure if it stunk or not.
I don't
go that close to exercise. I'm just gonna eat myself to death. I've already decided. I'm getting pretty.
Andrew,
close.
You need to duct tape and hog tie him, and just like make him go to 250 per fucking class, man. Like we need to have an intervention somehow.
Me and MMA class would be embarrassing for everyone. I wouldn't make it to the class. You have to get help.
Exercise is good for you, man. It is. It's good for mental and physical, like your whole entire being.
Yes, I want
the fire. Is what I was in the best shape of. Second most sad I've ever been depressed was when I was in the best shape. Most depressed is current, but second
It doesn't it doesn't save you from being depressed, man. It's just an outlet.
Definitely
for
doesn't. I
dealing
wish
with
some
it.
people would realize that. Wish Joe
Yeah.
Rogan would realize that. All right, anyway.
No.
Old people need to do is work
different.
out and they'd be
But-
fine. I'm like, okay, you don't get it.
But
Whatever.
see, no, you have your own outlets too, man, and that's what's important though. Is just
Thank
getting it out, man. Not
You are
holding it.
You are our first guest on episode 4. This is episode 354.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
We won't stop no matter how many people ask us to.
that's kind of how I am with my
How
fight
many-
career too, man. So it's relatable. I respect.
we've all
that.
been waiting for you to just hang them up, man. You gonna take the gloves off anytime soon?
God damn it, Tim.
I was gonna ask this, dude. I don't know how they did it, but Angelo's fighting December 7th in Louisville against a guy named Brandon Bell. I don't know how they found someone older than you to fight.
I know,
It's like
right?
some kind of like contract, or someone needs to sign you out of the nursing home before this happens. Is your wife going to make sure she has all your colostomy bags and your walker to bring down
Yeah.
to Louisville? Okay.
No, the last couple fights, she's actually been wheeling me down in my wheelchair to the cage. It's been pretty romantic.
When I saw that, I'm like, how they find him somebody older than him to fight? That's fucking crazy. Tell you what, dude, I watched video of this dude. This dude looks like his urine would melt a plastic cup. I'm not saying
Dude,
it would. I'm just saying it
Yeah.
looks like it would.
He's super strong, man. And I mean, that's not gonna be a surprise. The dude,
That
he-
Jack at
he's-
40, I get suspicious. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm allowed to
nah.
say that. I'm a commentator.
yeah, legit.
You're not allowed to say it. I am.
Dude, I know some fucking 40-some-year-old
No,
specimens.
I know
dude.
it's possible. I know it's possible. It's not easy, but it's possible.
Right.
But why are you doing this to the people who love you so much and want to see you fight? I don't know how many of these you got left, but you're fighting somewhere where I'm not going to be able to go. There's a fight coming up in Canton. You got guys on your in your gym fighting on that card. Why can't you fight on
Steve,
that card so people can watch you?
Tim, I'm more mad that you didn't get booked on the fucking Euclid card that's coming up for BCM Productions that like Lucas Mast is on, and I think somebody else is on.
Either way, I could have made that one too.
Yeah. You had to fight in Kentucky, bro. Like, what the
Gonna
fuck?
watch you on my couch on my phone.
Yeah, you should like that. You don't have to leave the house. You got all your snacks.
Don't
do like that.
encourage him. You're supposed to be getting him into 250. What is this?
No, when I saw where you were, I saw there was a nice Marriott right behind the venue, and I'm like, oh, there's a nice Marriott there. I can handle that. But then I booked a trip to Vegas, so I can't afford it. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good, man.
I will be watching though.
I Kentucky's fun, dude. I like fighting down there. I like the matchmaker on this promotion, and I am 36 now, so it actually is significantly cheaper for me to compete in Kentucky than it is Ohio. So
Just call
Really?
Chuck and
That's
be like, do you want me to fight? Or what?"
largely part of the decision.
I figured that probably has something to do with it. So I know at a certain age you have to go through tests and shit in Ohio. And my guess was that Kentucky doesn't give a fuck because it's Kentucky. So I
Correct.
guess, yeah, that was a good guess on my part. Yeah, I figured that was
Yep.
probably a big part of why.
And that's
I might
why we're
start
there,
going to
man.
Rev again now, knowing that Kentucky I can fight at 35 and I don't have to do a CT scan. Let's go,
Nope.
baby.
Just blood work and a physical, man. Just standard tests.
All right.
I mean, that's probably not good, but I mean, it's good for, but you know,
Well,
is
dude,
what
if
it
you're
you're gonna be
healthy
fighting
and a
till you're
fighter,
50.
man,
Yeah, but
that's
you
like I
never
don't
know.
think Ohio shouldn't have to do it for everybody. I think I understand if you're like a first time fighter and you're 35 years old, like I don't
I'll
think
be
you
right
should
back.
be doing
Who-
this. But I'm
Who was that?
a 30 plus fight vet, man. I don't think I need the medicals.
Well, this is the thing. You don't know. When was the last time you had a brain scan? You don't know, right?
Yeah,
Like
no,
there's that guy
true.
who fought a few years ago from Bellator. I can't remember his name. Maybe Ray will remember.
Yeah,
But he had a fight coming up, and he's first time he ever get a brain scan. You're like, dude, you can't. I don't know what he had. He had something bad.
Yeah,
Like, he can't let you fight. Like, and he's
actually,
like, he was a
that
ticking
helped-
time bomb for a long time. And they had no idea.
that happened to Josiah Harrell. He's an Ohio dude. Actually, he got
Mhm.
signed to the UFC, and in his pre-fight medicals, they found a brain issue that was recoverable, but he needed like treatment for it.
Right.
And so, like he, I mean, it's a blessing that they did do the
Right, it probably
the
saved him,
pre-fight
right?
medicals. Yeah, because it probably did save his life, man.
Right. I mean, because you know, Ray will tell you that his dad passed away from something in his brain they didn't know it was there, and if they would have found it, you know, it's possible they could. I don't know.
Right.
But that's why they do those things, and you haven't had one, so maybe you should get one.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe feel better if you got one, especially if
it's end of the year, man. I should probably get that in on my insurance.
Probably. Is your deductible met? Yeah, you should just go. Big, I have headaches.
Right? Yeah, just get them all done right now.
You should, man. If your deductibles met, get everything. I have headaches. Is it what you're eating? No, it's something bad. Give me a scan. Yeah, go to the emergency room with migraines. They'll at least give you a CAT scan.
Yeah.
I know this because I've had a lot. I've had multiple CAT scans and MRIs. I've had plenty. I don't know where Ray went. He'll be back.
Yeah, he just left, man. He wasn't enjoying the conversation.
Maybe. He's like, fuck this guy, Angela. He actually went to go do a podcast with Brandon Bell.
Somewhere else, right? You're going to bring Brandon on and we're just going to be here talking to each other.
You know what? I've always wanted to do that. Me and Ray have talked about that every time we have you on, and we haven't done it.
Oh, it'd be fun. It'd be funny. I would enjoy the joke, man.
Yeah, I don't.
And probably the conversation.
Older guys, I highly doubt it would be.
Right.
That's why I think we haven't done it, because I don't think it'd be that entertaining.
Yeah, no, it'd be like, you're an all right guy.
No, you fight Trent McCown again. We'll get Trent on. That'd be fun. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, dude, I'd run that rematch.
Logan Urban was supposed to fight him, but that fell.
Yeah, and he missed weight like he does. He missed weight for me. That was like 2015. He missed weight, and then he fought.
Ago.
He was supposed to fight Logan. So here we are, like 9 years later, and he's still missing weight.
Yeah,
that was my least favorite Andrew Law fight, I think.
Yeah, that was not the best version of me that ever showed up to fight.
No,
you'll have that though. It's all part of.
You wouldn't look him in the eye. You're a completely different fighter and completely.
It's all part of the learning process, man. That's what brought me to the point I'm at now.
Would you let any of your young guys who you coach take your approach to how you got into your career, your MMA fighting career? Like, would you let any of them do it the way you did it? Which
no,
is basically,
not at all.
On the trial by fire.
Figure it out as I go. No, I've I did it the hard way, man, so that as I'm able to share with them, and I can't spare them from everything, like there are lessons that you do need to learn, but that's I'm able to guide them to the best of my abilities for a pretty long way through this process.
Well, you've seen a lot, so they're lucky to have somebody like you that's seen just about everything at this point.
Yeah. I'm
in the cage and out of the cage, right?
Yeah, I'm lucky to have a good team, man. And my guys listen, and they're all hungry, man. It is honestly what keeps me going, even at this point, because I'm still training with all of them, dude. So I'm in shape and I'm sharp. So it's just like, I mean, I still like doing this. So it's like it only makes sense to keep fighting if I'm having fun. I feel
like if you talk to anybody who's had as many fights as you, just how you started, they probably would all tell you were insane. I mean, looking back at it, because I was around then. Like when you were starting, you were just going wherever you could find people to train with. You didn't, and you kind of skipped for a while. You stay at a gym for a minute, then you leave and go somewhere else, and then you just try to figure it out that way. I'm like, that is the worst way to do it. Like, it was not the way I don't think anyone would tell you to do it now.
It was my way, right? It's not the way they would tell you to do it now, man. And I guess that's the point.
Yeah, you learned the lessons for other people.
Sure did.
Also, you probably shouldn't take your first fight before you throw a punch. I literally threw more punches before my one fight than you did before your fight. I think that's
true. You probably threw more punches for your first fight than I did for like my first at least 4 or 5.
So those early Andrew Law fights were something, man. There was like a dude who also probably came up the couches. Back then, amateur MMA was hilarious. I miss it. I really do miss it. Because it was hilarious back then.
You don't get the same you don't get it the same anymore, man.
It was the Wild West. There was like cars in every city and every weekend, and there was mostly guys who were coming out of the bar off the couch, and it was great. And you'd fight dudes who came up the couch and wanted to brawl, and you just throw them and lay on them, and they come out pissed. I didn't have to throw a punch. Bullshit. One thing we wanted to do is we found a random fight on the internet. Where do you have that?
I do. I have it set up.
We have a random fight on the internet we found, and we wanted you to just give, as a professional fighter, your expertise on this fight that we found. Because we found this fight very entertaining, but we wanted to see if you found it as entertaining as we did.
Well,
We had
I'm
to dig pretty
gonna
deep for
take
this one.
this off real quick. Hold on.
We're also going to
Let
see
me-
if this works. While this is loading, Andrew, guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
What are you doing tomorrow?
Dude, the prophecy is finally going to be fulfilled. Finally. Creed, baby. Creed in Cleveland tomorrow.
Awesome.
Dude, I'm so excited. I've been wanting
I'm
to see
actually-
Creed since I was 9 years old.
I'm jealous, man. That was my first concert ever. My dad took me in 6th grade was to see Creed.
I want to see Creed.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
I got priced out. I don't feel comfortable spending the money to go see fucking Creed tomorrow.
Yeah,
They're worth
Alan and
it.
I are going. Alan and I.
Oh, I
are going.
bet. I'm not in a place right now where I can really do that. So
I bought
it's
my
like-
ticket in January, so
I know.
Make sure you
so we have
tell
the,
Alan I said hello, please. Now we can get on.
of course. All right, so this is the fight we found. This is Tim Danko versus Kyle Mathis from
Oh yeah.
February 2013.
is this a Chaparral's?
No, this is
no,
Cronios.
Cronios. It was an arcade.
Yeah, batting cages and arcade, everything.
Yeah, in the back it was like a teen dance center or something. There was like black light shit on the walls.
I won my first amateur title in that building.
There you go. In that cage. Oh, there's John Mongoose Myers. Speak of him.
There is John Myers. I forgot he
R.I.P.
cornered
to the
him.
man.
And there's owner of your pizza shop, Jason Mathis.
Name's Kyle Mathis, fighting out of Team Extreme.
This was a 2-rounder too, wasn't it?
It was the second round.
Yeah.
Class 185.
I remember that I was the only guy excited to do those interviews. Like there was like a line of people and everyone's like, oh, I don't want to do this. And I'm like, dude, I'll do it all day. 180 pounds. That's hilarious right now. That's like
Look at
I
that.
added an entire person since then. I almost
Look
doubled in
at-
weight since then.
Look at this Patty Pimblett looking motherfucker. Just
My hair was good.
all ready to go. Happy.
Look at that hairline.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at the pretty boy. That is. Look at the pretty boy Danko. He's just ready to go.
That's my old school Bieber haircut I used to have.
I know.
See, even when I was skinnier, I had
My name's
man tits.
Tim Danko. I'm fighting in the middleweight division. This is my first fight. I'm an independent fighter from Canton, Ohio. I am a stand-up comedian who ran out of material, so I figured this fight, if nothing else, will give me about 10 or 15 minutes of new jokes. I had to say how I think the fight's going to go. Either a really boring decision or maybe a win by like back pocket haymaker, one or the other.
Here we go, the battle of debuting middleweights. Kyle Mathis taking
And
on Tim Danko.
Chad Trukovich in the cage.
I gotta get a hold
And
of
we mentioned
Chukovich
the
for
weight
an
advantage of
interview.
Danko, but Kyle Mathis
Oh,
has a
uppercut.
couple of inches on him, and he likes to strike.
Apologizing to Chad.
He's wailing away
Oh,
so far, but now
headlock.
Danko trying to
Got
shut
the
it
front
down.
face lock on him. Trying to bring Danko down.
Trying to get him down, but it's Mathis on top.
I don't think this commentator knew what he was talking about it. Man, was he like doing tanning beds before? Like it was February. Why was he so tan?
That was Jeff Gorman as the commentator. I remember him. He actually did do a pretty good job.
In your very first fight, it's got an experience you just have to get over.
You can be a gym rat for life, but when it counts and you have a record, it's a whole different ballgame.
I was not a gym rat for life. I was a gym rat for 8 minutes. So what am I doing wrong here? You can't see in this angle. I'm actually landing bombs right here. You can't tell.
Right here, he's just Tim is dominating the fight.
Tim was landing some good ground and pound. He did a good job in a fight, man. He really did.
See, he's doing great.
Yeah, I mean he is crushing.
Ben's yelling
right
at
now.
me.
You can't see it though.
So you guys are yelling at me. I don't remember a single thing you said to me. I don't.
Oh, you never do.
I hear grab his wrist. That sounded like Andrew.
Well, you could park the truck in between the big toe and second toe. Look at that.
Yeah. How does it feel, Tim, to know you were refereed by a future UFC referee?
I was the best fight he ever had.
Open guard
Andrew,
here.
how many of your fights did Chad Truckovich referee? Like 40?
He's left a lot of them.
Like half?
I don't know, man. A good amount of them.
Look at this, bombs. Sorry. Talking about how great I am at this.
He's just crushing right now.
My legs are bigger then than they are now.
Well, yeah, because you were working out. Think about the beast you would be with that fucking base.
He was working out, man.
You bored Truckovich. Like, you made him get you
This
up.
is my favorite part. Hold on. Did I run into him yet?
No, you already did.
Oh, I already did?
Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
He's bombing on you, dude.
I wouldn't teach anybody the strategy either. Just take the punches and go for it.
Trying to take him down.
Yeah, no.
To a ground and pound type style.
That height advantage.
Darce.
You may be wasting our time with Andrew here.
You're in almost mountain. He bucks you off.
Tim had a lot of top control in this round. And ground and pound.
I'm about to get cheese shotted. Look at that. 1, 2.
Oh, dang. I forgot about that.
Yeah. You need to calm your tits, Tim.
Me? I got hit twice and I yelled at Chad. I'm like, what the hell, Chad? I said that to him. Then he tells us both to keep it clean as if I did anything wrong. Who's that?
Oh, look at short-haired Andrew. No beard.
Yeah, how about that? Look at the dynamic duo in the corner here. I like it.
Let's just real quick look at how much we've both aged.
Oh, I know, right?
We got fucking city miles on us.
I'll put Tim. I'll put Tim.
What year? What year was this fight?
His age off.
2013. So it's been 11.
Yeah. This is a while ago.
At least you're still in good shape. I got all fat.
Yeah, I'm old and ugly though, man.
Again, I was fat before this, then got fat again.
Still, you're in shape. That's what matters. But yeah, let's continue on with round 2.
So the only thing I remember about this corner conversation is that Andrew asked me if I was tired, which I don't understand what kind of question that was to this day. Because of course I was tired, but why were you asking me that? Like, I told you no because I thought you were going to stop the fight. I didn't know why you would ask me that. So I'm just like,
to make sure where you're at, man.
Well, I told you no. You're like, man, he's obviously tired. He's lying to me. He must be fucked up.
Well, see,
After that, I don't remember anything you said.
My skills as a corner have significantly grown since back then as well, man.
Were you his first corner man, or like was this your first time cornering somebody? Or
no, but it's definitely early in some of my cornering. You know, I've definitely turned into a professional cornerman as the same. I have a professional fighter.
I will say this:
if I fight, you'll be in there for sure. I'll make sure you're compensated. Somehow, some way, even if it's installments, I don't care. I'll make sure you're there and a few other people, and I walk out like a G.
Yeah, Sean Boyd will walk with you too, although he has a losing record walking out with fighters. I'm pretty sure.
That's all right.
But before this fight, there was 2 people who didn't think I was going to get completely destroyed right away. 2. There was only 2. And I wasn't one of them. Andrew and Ben were the only 2 who thought that I had any shot. And they were right-ish. You know, I didn't win, but
you did have a shot, and you won that first round, man. That was you had top control, and you landed ground and pound. You were doing everything you're supposed to do to win a fight, man.
Exactly. See, this is the forces you need in your life, Tim.
I would never do this again if you paid me. I'm done getting hit in the face.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not taking any more hits to the head. I'm tapped out on hits to the head. I don't need one more. I don't want to hit my head in a car door anymore. Like, I'm good.
All right, let's continue.
All right, let's finish this damn thing. We get about 30 more seconds, I think, or 90 more seconds.
Really, just because he was aggressive.
See, this guy was right.
Part of the round,
yeah, see, they're even giving you the round, man.
Well, the one guy did, the other guy did.
Stealing the round, last 10, 15 seconds of the round, you land a shot, it gets the crowd going, it influences the judges' decisions.
None of these shots did anything to me. I mean, it didn't feel good, but I wasn't like, he didn't rock me or anything.
Well, he's hitting the top of your head pretty much. I mean, it's not like
he never hit me above, under like my eyes.
After the bell.
Yeah, he wasn't like temple shots.
Yeah, now it's telling us to be clean as if I did anything wrong.
The referee warning both fighters keep it clean this round, or they will start
did I do?
deducting points.
What did I do?
Round 2.
Everything.
We got three.
This is when it starts getting sad.
Mathis firing away with that right hand. And Danko trying to counter.
Good attempt at a takedown.
Looking for a guillotine.
I'm thinking in my head, oh, Andrew Thompson sweeps. Maybe I should try one of those. And you see, I think, yep, see, I kind of, sort of. Then I'm like, no, that's not going to work. So I'm like, fuck it. Just pick him up.
Takedown.
Yeah, good takedown.
This is the most embarrassing part to me, is that I let him do this to me. He didn't have this.
It happens, man.
He didn't have this. The fact that I let him roll me over pisses me off to this day.
Mathis trying to keep him from getting any good shots in with that guard.
If he knew how to get a guillotine, if he had a good guillotine, he probably would have gotten me. He just didn't know how to
Mathis
do
is
it.
right in his own corner where John Mongoose Myers is giving him some advice. We saw Myers at Cage Madness 22 last month.
See,
Oh,
but look
there
at this.
it is.
This is the best part of the fight. Look at this. Look at that fucking leg. Look at that. Who can do that?
you were trying. You were trying for a sweep. I'll give you that.
Can you push a guy off when he's sitting on your chest like that?
Oh,
And then this gets bad.
That was back of the head.
He's
That
not
was
really
back of the
defending
head.
himself. Chukovich is watching very closely to possibly stop this one.
It's getting close
I
to
would
that
have
point.
just. Oh, you tried for that that ankle pick. That was pretty nice.
As Mathis continues this assault.
Oh,
And the ref's gonna step in.
There's a stoppage.
And that's it.
Listen, I was there. I was done. I can tell you.
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
done.
man.
What does the referee say right after this? Play it. Play it. Not the ref, the
Over
announcer.
a TKO.
Hold on.
A win for Mathis.
I think you could have gone at least a few more shots. to
Ref
the
says
head.
that's enough. It is going to be a TKO.
Nah, I can tell you I was done.
Yeah, no, that was a good stoppage. Tim was done. You fought a good fight, Tim.
See, Danko
You
is
were
one
done.
tough guy. Did you hear that?
Yeah, you are.
See? I want
that
Andrew
was-
ready to clip that for a drop.
You personally have seen people do worse than that, man.
Oh, 100%. And that's why I was like, you know what? I don't need to do another one. I'm good. Actually, at one point, I kind of wanted to, but ended up not having
Yeah.
it. But it's probably a good thing. So,
Well, you gave it a shot, and you looked good for those 2 rounds.
He really did, man. He got
That's all I
takedowns,
had.
had
I
top
couldn't believe how
time,
tired I
land
was.
ground and pound. There was good things in there, man. There was bad things. There were things that you could have improved upon had you pursued mixed martial arts. You know what I'm saying? But you fought a good fight, man, especially for what you had at the
how
time.
I am. I don't think I ever would have. I think if I trained really hard and worked really hard, I think the best I could be was probably a 500 amateur.
Dude, and
I'm not
that's still
athletic.
better.
I'm not athletic, but I feel like
I
still
aspire to be a
better than a
500
lot of
amateur,
people.
bro.
I'm
Like,
one of those guys who were like 8-8 as an amateur. Like that's about the best as I could probably do.
Not the easiest thing in the world to accomplish, man.
not
No.
at all.
Like the guy you're fighting this weekend. His record is 11-13. But you look at it as he may have lost more than he won, but he did win 11 professional fights. You know?
Right.
So that's and his
Right.
last one he knocked the dude out pretty quickly.
He knocked the dude out that's ranked higher in the country than I am currently.
So he has that ability, obviously.
And that's, dude, MMA math, it doesn't math, man. It's
There were
not
guys
something
like
that
that.
you can add up like
There
that.
got
You
a
know?
bunch of guys. You fought a couple of them, guys like Reggie Mayweather, who like they don't have a great record, but on any given day they can beat anyone they're in there with because they can punch hard.
Correct,
So,
man. Correct.
like Reggie has had some wins against some guys he wasn't supposed to beat. So
And he
so
had
does-
he had some really close fights versus guys. He lost close fights versus like Kama Worthy and stuff, man.
Quentin Parks and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't fought in a while though. He's kind of disappointed.
No, he
was
really
one of my
hasn't.
favorites. I really like Reggie Mayweather. Merriweather.
Yeah, no, Reggie was all right, man. He and like you said, he's one of those dudes that I think, like, honestly, like if he was on that day, he could beat anybody, and if he wasn't, he could lose to anybody. But the honest to God truth is that's every single one of us, man.
Right. Right. You see guys like that all the time who have a bunch of fights and they have a 500 record, but then you look at their record and they beat a couple people you didn't expect them to beat.
Yeah.
Beat people who maybe have good careers because they're just one of those guys. I don't know. And for whatever reason, they don't put it together all the time, or maybe they don't train that much or whatever, but they have a puncher's chance at least.
I think honestly, one of the hardest things to do is consistently put it together on fight night, man.
I can
the guys,
imagine.
the guys that are on like the top, like the world champions, that's what they have dialed down more than anything else, is they can consistently put it together on fight night.
And it's even harder in the regional circuit when you have other things going on. I mean, you have a day job.
Right.
You know, most guys have
Right.
well, half the UFC has day jobs too. They don't want to tell you that, but it's true. They do.
Yep. Yeah, I work all day as a plumber, man, and then train all night and then wake up and do it again.
Tim, you kind of brought something up that I've made a point of, and I want to ask Andrew this question. Do you think if the UFC would have marketed Stipe as a blue-collar champion, a guy who saves people, loves to do it, he would have been more of a draw in the UFC than they actually fucking gave him credit? Like,
I do agree with that.
Like,
they had a
marketing
problem
dropped a big ball with him during his championship run that I think really he won't be forgotten with hardcore UFC fans, but I think like
I hope not.
He in the zeitgeist, he would have been somebody that should have been like championed at the time for sure when he was champion.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and it's one of the things that was overly impressive about Stipe, man, is he did maintain his day job, and it's because he wanted to help people still, man.
What do you fight at again? Pardon me for forgetting, but what do you fight at again?
170.
Okay. Like if you were a UFC fighter, I would have people following you while because your day job is a plumber and you do all that kind of stuff.
You know why they want.
But I'd follow him fucking changing goddamn copper tubing and and then
a
kicking
company
ass
that gets
in the
shit
gym.
for not paying fighters enough. You want them to follow guys at their day jobs? Really? They're going to do that? Come on.
It's more of
you know why they don't do it.
It's to build.
Stipe makes plenty of money, but that's not
Tim, if you're looking at it from a marketing perspective, more people will buy the pay-per-view because Andrew is that guy, and you'll hook people because it's like, oh, that guy's a badass, but he fucking knows how to, do an L joint going, from fucking, into a sink. Like he knows how to fix a trap,
man.
Yeah, exactly. Like
some college teams now have QR codes on guys' helmets, and because of NIL, you can scan the QR code on TV and you can tip players. You can do that. So why MMA hasn't done that yet? Put a big ass QR code on Andrew's ass. And you're like, good job, buddy. I'm sending him $10.
That's not bad.
He just won me some money. Here's a fucking hundo. Yeah.
But do you think that, like, as a fighter, we've talked with you about a few topics, including like unionization. You've even said, you'll take the spot and all that kind of stuff. I believe you said that. Yes.
Yeah, he said he'd be a scab. I didn't.
Yeah,
he should be, but he should be in the fucking UFC right now. But I watched you against Julian Lane for that short time, and even then, I'm like, fuck. And that's a compliment to you. But like, do you think like that they should really move to like the blue collar kind of guys, like not like a Bryce Mitchell, but like somebody who you look at him and you're like, I can get behind that guy. Working class hero kind of fighters. I think the MMA needs that right now.
I don't think you should ask Andrew marketing questions. I don't think.
Well, he's a fighter. I think he knows the landscape of what the UFC wants or other leagues want because he has fighters he coaches. And
he doesn't think about that.
Well, I do, but that's I guess it's never been the most important thing to me.
I'm not saying it's the most important, but you think about that sometimes. You're like, man,
right.
Fucking great story. Kid can fucking be something.
I think it's part of the story, and I think it should be. I think it's part of what makes somebody who they are, man. And I do think that they kind of missed the ball with Stipe because he aside from being a spectacular fighter, like he's a spectacular person, man. I mean, he was a world champion and he still went to his day job every day, and his day job was to save people's lives, man. And that's important stuff.
No one has anything bad to say about Stipe Miocic. plenty of people have bad shit to say about Jon Jones, including his wife. Like, Jon Jones is not your. I mean, it was a while ago, and maybe he's become a better person now. You get second chances, you can become a better person. But point is, you talk about Jon all the time. Connor's a piece of shit. But but he's marketable. But the reason they didn't do that, and I've said this a million times to you, Ray, is because they don't want
I get they want to have like a big
no
baller fucking thing, but you're not in that.
He could be a cancer doctor, and they tell him to quit his day job. Shane Carwin talks about how he was working as an engineer, and they tried to get him to quit his job constantly.
Right.
And now, have you heard about Shane Carwin? He's in a bad spot because he's had.
I haven't heard about him.
They believe he has early onset CTE. He has a lot of problems with his brain from concussions and stuff, and he's not doing well.
That's unfortunately part of this.
It's one of those things that make me wonder why I even watch the sport. And when stuff like that happens, I'm like, I feel like a dick for even watching this.
Right.
And you seem to be okay now, but if like 10 years after you start going nuts, and I'm like, fuck, damn it.
Yeah.
Start shaving Andrew's beard for him and shit.
That's it's real consequences for a real sport, man. And that's where I honestly think.
Do you think about it?
Not so much anymore, man. And that's where I think the 4-year break,
the damage is done.
the 4-year break that I had honestly did a lot of good for me in that regard,
How much time do you spend telling your guys, especially new guys? I mean, do you let them know the consequences? Like, do you make sure they know?
Oh yeah, no, I let my guys know. They're fully aware of what this sport is, what it entails, and what the consequences of it really can be, man. Because it's a real sport with real consequences, and I don't think anybody should be doing this sport. And that's as somebody that's still in this sport, and that's so obviously we are going to do it. So you at least should be armed with the knowledge of what can happen, and then proper preparation. I mean, and it's not gonna be like a God save, man. It won't protect you from everything, and it's just you always just hope for the best, and you prepare.
Plus, everyone's different.
Yeah.
There are tests you can take that like spit tests to see how more susceptible you are to concussions and things like that. But but I mean, I feel like it's football too, but I think everyone that starts to play and parents who let their kids play football or martial arts should be well aware of even the worst case scenarios. The guys who have CTE, the guys who have MS because of the hits they've taken in sports, they should be aware that is very possible. Is it likely? You hope not, but everyone's different. And sometimes it happens for one concussion from some people. Some guys can get multiple. Everybody's different, and you don't know. Like I said, there are tests that you can tell now how susceptible you are to things hereditarily, but you don't know for sure. So I think everyone, hiding that information seems like a crime, and I think everyone should be well aware. And I'm sure you tell guys, like, this is man.
Even
if you're doing this at the casual level, you can get really fucked up.
You can, and it can happen in training too, and that's like we train a certain kind of way too to, I guess, save the damage that you do have to take. You don't need to take it in the gym, man. Especially if you're going to go out and fight, you need to save it for that.
Yeah, some guys. I mean, I think Max Holloway said he doesn't spar hard at all anymore.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's affected him much.
No, and we don't spar a lot at my gym. We spar some. It is a necessary evil. I think, especially till a certain point, and that's like, I think once you know how to fight, and you're aware of what fighting is. But that's it. There's ways to mitigate the damage that you take in preparation to taking damage.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, if you've had as many fights as Holloway, or even you, like, you're not going to be surprised by much. Like, you know what a fight is. It's not right. Your early guy's a little different. You wanted to be like, no, not be surprised by a punch. But I remember I already trained for like 2 weeks with you guys before that one fight we just watched, and I was like, I don't want to spar because I want to fight. I didn't want to get hurt. I didn't want to get concussion. I wanted to fight. So I'm just like, I'll figure it out when I'm in there, and hopefully I don't get knocked out cold. And I didn't, but that's why I was like, I want to fight, so it's not beat me up before we fight. And it ended up being fine-ish. So
yeah. We're all fine-ish, man.
And I was trying to push a couple times for Ray to fight my brother. I was trying to push that really hard. But ended up being Eric the one that backed out. He's like, it's not worth it. I'm like, all right, fine. I guess it's not really.
And he's right.
he is right. It's not. Especially, I mean, he has kids. He's 33. It's not worth it.
Right. Exactly.
Do I want to see it? 100% I want to see it, but still,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
worth it. All right, we'll let you go in a minute here when Rick comes back. But
Oh, you're good, man.
I know you got to go home and do sleepy times. And you got works
dinner,
tomorrow.
dinner, shower, eat. Yeah.
How's Kelly doing?
She's good, man. Life's good.
Good. How the dogs? Dogs good?
Dogs are great, man. My favorite things in the world.
It's good. How often do people ask you when you're gonna have kids? Does that happen a lot?
I used to get that question a lot more than I do now. I think people
like they're aware now, like it's gonna happen when it happens,
or that they're aware that it's not gonna happen.
Oh,
yeah.
you've decided that? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're
well,
fine.
yeah. I mean, that's like it's definitely not Kelly or I's plan at all ever. I mean, I know we both would make good parents, but it's
you're doing your own thing right now. I got it, man. Like, people can be old parents. Like, that's fine. You can wait. You don't have to do it right a fucking way. You don't have to do it at all. It's okay. There's enough kids.
Right.
You know?
And that's, I mean, my
I don't have
sister's
kids, but I am really into my nieces' lives. I'm with them all the time, So I'm like, that's fine for me right now. That's fine. That's good.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at, man. My sister's got 4 boys, and I absolutely love my nephews. I love being Uncle Andrew. It's one of my favorite like titles I've ever had.
Yeah, me too. Although they don't call me uncle, it makes me mad. But can you just call me uncle? They forget about it. They just call me Tim. Call me uncle. Call me Uncle Tim.
I
love
call me
uncle. They call me
Andrew,
Uncle
man.
Awesome sometimes because I am Uncle Awesome. I am the best.
You are awesome. I would give you that. If you were my uncle, I would call you Uncle Awesome.
I am a pretty good uncle, if nothing else. But I would take her, man. I would take her to your fight if you have fight. Oh, you gotta. All right, call Chuck and be like, Chuck, I'm not taking these tests. I'm fine. Let me fight.
I've actually thought about that because I actually have like a pretty decent relationship with Chuck. And
to pay for it.
I fought. I fought a whole year at the age of 35 because I renewed my license before my birthday, just in case I wanted to fight that year. And that's when I fought Julian. I was actually already 35, but I got my license before my birthday in July. So that's why I took that Cody Jones fight because I really wanted to fight at least one more time in Ohio before my license expired.
He was really good.
He was a really good grappler. And he exposed some stuff that nobody else has really ever been able to exploit. And I didn't fight to my best abilities, but partially that was him too, because he fought a good fight that didn't really let me fight that way.
Right. He put a stop to it. What I was telling Alan when we were watching it is, he's doing basically what you were trying to do to him, but he was just doing it better than you that night.
That night for sure, man.
Yeah.
He was on top.
That's exactly what Andrew wanted to do to him, but it happened the other way. And there's people booing and there's people talking shit because if you didn't know what you were looking at, I could understand it not looking that exciting.
Yeah.
I know you don't think about that when you're in there, but that's never been the case for when I watch you because you're like, like I say this, like I love the Guardians, I love the Browns, but watching you is different than all of that because I don't know those guys personally. I do, right? So it's different, and that's why it's really cool to watch you. Although, I'll be on my couch with a heart attack when I'm watching you fight on December 7th, and I do That's why watching you fight is so much fun because it's different than any other sporting event. I went to Guardians playoff games this year, and they were awesome. And I did literally have a panic attack and had to leave, and I had to sit. It was a whole thing anyway, but. It's completely different watching you, and you're the only person that's like that with, and the only person that probably will be like that with. So
you're personally invested, man, and that's how I feel.
That's what I like about it. That's why I want you to keep fighting as long as you want to, and as long as you can.
I'm going to keep fighting.
I don't think you're too old yet. You're not that old. 36 isn't that old.
It doesn't feel like it, and I honestly feel like it's cliche to say, but it's the truth, dude. I feel like I'm the best that I've ever been.
Well, good. What are your goals now? I mean, obviously the big boys are probably not calling just because of how old you are. No matter what you do, it's not your fault. It's just how things are.
Right.
But not all of them. I mean, you might get it. You never know. But LFA still might call. You never know. But what are you doing? You're just like, I'm just gonna best fights I can. Why I can still do it, or what? What is?
Dude, I'm able to fight, and I still like to fight. So it's a blessing, man. Like to still be able to do something after this long and to still enjoy it to the degree that I do, and still be able to do it. Like I'm fighting because it's fun still, man. And I guess when it's no longer enjoyable to me, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put myself through it. And that's fortunately I'll still have I love coaching now, dude. And I never thought that I'd like coaching as much as I like fighting, and I honestly like coaching more than I like fighting now.
Well, you have your whole life to just coach, though. Right,
right.
You might as well get the fights in while you can still get the fights in.
And that's why we're fighting, man. And I honestly feel like the more experience that I gather, the more that I'll be able to help guide my guys, man. To this point, this is my 31st MMA fight, my 20th pro fight. So that's.
I've been to most of them, not all of them, but I've been to most of them.
Most of them, man.
Yeah. I haven't been to the Kentucky ones, but most of them I've been to. I think I only missed one of your amateur fights, and I missed only a couple of your pro fights, though. But,
yeah.
Maybe 4 or 5.
For the last 15 years, dude, you've hit a majority of the fights.
And I never get a shout out.
Bring
Isn't
a
that
sandwich
crazy?
into weigh-ins. We're fine.
That was one time. And that's, you know what? They wanted that to happen, by the way. That's what they wanted. All right.
They did.
And also, I never get a shout out. I haven't heard one single shout out. I read that interview you had. No, never get a shout out. That's fine. That's fine. You forget about me. That's fine.
Tim, there's that part at the end where I'm like, if I mention everybody, this is going to turn into a book. And Tim, I love you. You are a valuable person to me, man. I hope you know that. I hope that you're aware of that.
Of course I know that, dude. I'm fucking with you. You don't have to. It's fine. I don't want anything from you. All I want you to do is just keep doing what you're doing.
I know, man.
We owe you $50.
I Venmo'd you 25.
He did. So can I Venmo Kelly?
Yeah, you should be able to, as long as she still has Venmo. I'll send you pictures
and let me know.
When I got it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll give you your money when the short's going to be done soon. You say the fight's coming, man. It's like next week, isn't it? A week from Saturday.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
I got one good training week and then 1 week to get my.
You go. So when are you going to go in? Are you going to drive down on Friday?
Yeah. My dad will probably drive me down Friday. Kentucky's cool because they kind of do their weigh-ins a little bit earlier, like 3 p.m. So you can actually weigh in earlier, have time to eat, let your stomach settle, and eat again before you sleep. So
that's good. Don't eat fucking pizza before you.
I'm a Ninja Turtle.
You don't tell him what to do.
No, it's fucking wacky. It's wacky that they give guys pizza after weigh-ins. Give them grilled chicken and pasta.
Dude, I eat pizza through my whole training camp.
Yeah,
dude. So of course I'm gonna eat pizza
I'm giving
after I
fucking
weigh
diet
in.
advice right now. I'm telling you what to eat. I'm well aware how weird that is.
No.
I remember that one day at Andrew Law's house years ago where I weighed less than him. Remember that one time?
Yeah, there was that time.
One time.
So fourth grade. How did it feel to weigh less than?
I was 25 years old, 26 maybe. Anyway, but thank you for being here again, man. We appreciate
you, brother, for sure.
Thanks, guys. I love you both. You're both some of my favorites.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we've never not loved the fact that you come on this show and I can bust Tim's balls and make him feel guilty in front of you.
You know what I was thinking about the other day, Andrew?
Huh.
Remember that song "Let Me In" that we wrote?
Yeah, I do.
Man, that was a good song.
There's a recording of it somewhere too.
I was thinking the other day, I'm like, that was a fucking good rock ballad, dude. I'm like, we wrote that before the band. I'm like, we were playing it for our friends and shit. They'd be like, this is fucking good. I'm like, that's a good ass song. Why are we
solid ballad?
I'm like, why are we letting that song just die? We need to fucking record that. So it's a good song. Anyway, that's a legitimate rock ballad. It would have been good for like a band like Hinder or like
it really would.
Somebody back then. It would have been a hit. It would have been a hit power ballad for one of them.
Just not from us.
No, not from us. No. But we get we take residuals on it, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
royalties.
Yeah, royalties. I remember we wrote that in my garage. You'll never hear it, Ray. I'm sorry.
We need to find it.
Yeah. I don't know if there is a recording of it.
There was a recording. I think it'd be hard pressed to find it.
I know there was like a video recording, but I don't know.
Is there an
attic?
Is there an attic we need to check for this?
it was like pre-iPod stuff, like whenever. So it's like on, like, yeah, it's like on one of those things.
Yeah, I think somebody had like one of those mini tapes you put in a camcorder. I think.
Okay.
I think we were at Ben's mom's house, and we had a. I think I don't remember. A long time ago. Anyway, man, thanks again for being on. We'll probably try to get Brogan and Hunter on too. So let them know we're gonna get a hold of them.
Yeah, for sure, man. And that's one of the things, like, kind of to get back to Ray a little bit, like the Stipe thing. The advice I give my guys for that is to be distinctly themselves, man. And like, because that's what the UFC's after. And they want unique characters. And I think all my guys are unique. They're all good fighters, and they're all like, they're all their own person. And that's always been my philosophy, dude. If I'm good at fighting, and if they never gave me a shot, that it doesn't bother me, because I've not strayed from being who I am. And if they never give me a shot because they didn't like who I was, dude, I don't give a fuck, because I'm still me at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's what matters. Genuine shit is always good, and as comics, we understand that a lot more.
Creed's at the Browns game.
Yeah, I got that fucking message from Thomas.
That's awesome.
Anyway,
but no, that's definitely a good thing. That's why we think Hunter needs to go further into the roller skating. Okay, he needs to start.
I agree.
Afro wigs, bell bottoms.
I think he should like roller skate down to the cage, dude. Like,
he told him that too. But he likes the song "I'm Still Standing" by Elton John. Oh, he told us he'd walk out to that after a loss. We're holding it to him. We're having him on, and we're gonna push him to use that as his walkout and roller skate down to the cage.
Yeah,
and use the nickname 8-wheeler, 8 wheels, 8 wheel, Hunter 8-wheel Watt. I like it.
All right, Andrew. Good seeing
Brogan
you,
too. Brogan's been on the roll, right? Brogan's won 2 in a row, right?
Yeah,
he's on a 2-fight win streak, 2-fight finish streak versus some pretty tough dudes, man. And that's honestly, like, he was at that point where it's starting to come together for him, and I think that it gets more difficult for a split second when it comes together, and it's like it resonated finally. Like, I mean, I was on a 3-fight losing streak, and nothing really changed when I went on a 7-fight win streak. Is that I started to believe that I was as good as I was, and that's kind of, I think we're coming into Brogan's best fights, man. I'm excited about that.
I'm hoping.
And Hunter, I don't know if this is true, but I'm assuming that guy that Hunter fought, I'm assuming a lot of people turned that guy down before Hunter said yes.
Almost everybody in the world turns that guy down.
I'm gonna say, I feel like no one says yes to that guy. So the fact that he fought that guy, good for him. It's only gonna help him.
It is only going to help him, man. And that's he knew that going in, and the way he lost that fight doesn't speak to him as a fighter. He got caught early, and I mean, that's the nature of the beast.
Right. All right, brother. Thanks again, man. We really appreciate it always, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. I enjoy talking to you guys.
Absolutely, and then give your socials out so people can follow you.
Socials. He doesn't like to be followed.
Well, I mean, like Route 250, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can look my gym up. It is Route 250 Martial Arts, and you should definitely keep an eye on my guys' careers, because I got some special fighters in here, and they have a huge amount of potential in this sport.
Go check out Route 250 MMA out in Tuscarawas County, Ohio. And Andrew, we'll talk to you later, my friend, and good luck in a few weeks at your fight.
Love you, brother. Thanks, man.
I love you too, man. See you guys.
Love you, brother. Later.
At this time, didn't cross my.
It's third, or
no, you don't get it.
Football, it's third down. I love the fact they're at the game right now. It's
How was that the game? I wouldn't be paying attention to the game. I'd only be paying attention to Creed.
You'd be running towards Scott Stapp, being like, "I worked with you at Kent Stage."
No, if I was going to do that, I would have done it when
watching.
I was working at Kent Stage. Yes, thank you. Hey, Dark Matter, how are things?
Dark Matter up in this piece. Thank you guys for watching. We do appreciate it. We're gonna talk about the 309 card here in a second.
Good interview, man. You know, interviews with Andrew Law are always different than any other interviews because he's my friend.
Yeah.
And I become a bad interviewer with Andrew because I just want to, because I talk to him like my friend instead of an interviewee. And
to me, that's when I just kind of like let you guys fuck with each other and have a good time. Like
that's what that is.
I'm a fly on the wall for that experience, and I love it every single time. I really
the only time I've been talking to him, I don't talk to him that much, unfortunately.
You should text him, dude. Text people.
I do text him, but he's always busy, man. I know where he is. I always know where to find him. That's not hard.
Well, yeah, you should go there often.
I mean, I could just go and just hang out. They would let me do that. Yeah. They wouldn't care if I did that. I don't know what I do. Just like, hey, what's up, everybody? Want to get on the mat? I do not. Thank you. But I mean, I'm really
down on the mat, Tim. Okay. It's a nap.
They're
fucking doing move or jujitsu on you.
I am really glad that he's still fighting, and
yeah,
for a long. And we've been friends since before he was fighting. But I've been watching him do this the whole time, and it's been fun the whole time.
And there was, you can tell. Yeah. I mean,
100%.
Tim and Andrew have known each other since they were fucking kids. So it's like
15 years.
Teens.
Late teens. I actually think I graduated when I met him, so it's like 18, 19 probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he went to Dover. He was a year behind me at Dover.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
But no, yeah. I mean, that's those are the interviews. I love those interviews when we have, especially the T County guys on, because I haven't been to Rev in a while. By the way. Sad to hear. I tried to find like video of it, haven't been able to find it, but Logan Urban lost a tough loss at
he did lose
Pettis Fighting Championship. I messaged Comer because I was trying to find results, and like Tapology didn't have an updated result. Sure Dog had nothing on it. So I just texted the man, and he did not have a good fight. Oh boy, our lights are going out. Our lights are going out. Tim, it's snowing here, by the way. Like it is like blizzard condition right now for no fucking reason. Like I hate this part of the state so much. I despise
this time of the year, it's a pain in the ass. I get it, man.
It's such a pain in the dick. Luckily, though, here's the cool part about tomorrow, Tim. I wake up, I go to Willoughby, I go to, I think, fucking Mayfield Heights, and then I go a few other places around like town, and I am off at noon tomorrow on purpose. It's the best. I took 5 hours vacation time. Bros, I'm having a ranch style property, 2 hours from buying. Population 13,000 before I get priced out. The state offered, got accepted, escrow open 500K. Nice.
That's sweet, man. I bet.
Congratulations,
fun,
Roberto. Man. Appreciate that. That's fucking great.
Gonna be fun. Now I'm gonna drive too much. Okay, listen, I have to drive an hour 40 minutes to go to Cleveland. So I mean,
Tim's in fucking Boo-foo. So it's like
it's not that bad of a drive. The thing is, LA would be, when you get into LA, that's gonna
LA traffic.
Get into there, Cleveland. I mean, sometimes Cleveland sucks, but not that bad.
I've never experienced LA traffic. I just know the stories I've heard. I'd rather not. Like it to me sounds like a total like.
I mean, it's a parking lot. It's a parking lot.
Yeah.
So it's
dark matter. I'm thinking. By the way, I was thinking about hitting you up. By the way, because I am thinking about doing like a pest control podcast, and I'd love to have another technician on. Just to talk about like jobs and shit.
You could get
no addresses, no doxing names, no nothing. It would just be jobs that like pest guys have had. I would love to do that job. Do that podcast.
Have you looked to see if? I mean, there has to be one, right?
Probably, but I would love to do one of my own.
I'm saying, but you could. I mean, there's some
that I've never heard.
I'm sure there's so many people that across the whole country and the world that you could get. You get some insane. People who from the other parts of the world with shit that you don't see. That'd be really interesting, actually, man. That'd be really cool. if you didn't fuck it up, which you probably would because you're you. But
no, that's the thing. It would be an hour. I'd keep it within an hour. Like we would talk about a job that you had to do that was just a hell job. Something where it was you knew in a year you weren't going to be there. They were going to go over to some other fucking thing after the quarterly was over.
Dark Matter's like few beers I'm in. Well, how else would you do it, Dark Matter?
Well, yeah, we would. That would be a drinking. I would encourage my guys to drink on that show. My guys and girls
one right now.
To do that, to be honest, like just to talk about it and just again, names, addresses, none of that would be the thing. It would be the situation and how they dealt with it. And it would be an hour-long thing of just like fucking, and then we'd go off into other tangents and then this and then this. But it would all center around the job, and it would be an hour. I think it'd be a fun podcast to do. Oh, it would be fun.
I don't watch that many Theo Von podcasts, but I do find it interesting when he has just blue collar people on. Like he had a Carney on, he had a funeral director on, like shit like that. That's the kind of shit I want to do. I want to have people on like that I'm just interested in their job because I don't know anything about it and be like, what's a fucking death like? Chris Paul. Chris Paul to talk about. He fucking works in the death industry.
Does he?
Yeah, I don't know what he does. He picks up bodies. I know that. He picks up dead people.
I know another guy who's actually a funeral home director and like embalmer. And I've treated funeral homes with bodies in it. Like you look into the embalming room and I just go nope and walk right past unless they ask for any kind of like treatment in it. I don't go because it's bad juju.
That's what I like about our our comment section. 3:15 Friday, all good here, bro. Got a new lady, dish the old one of 26 years. Like randomly.
Congratulations.
Hey, dump my old one, get a new girlfriend, guys. Yeah, good job, buddy.
Attaboy, you fit in with Bro Plata. That is I have a girlfriend of 7 months now. So I'm surprised by that. She's lasted that long. She did, by the way. I will say this. My girlfriend is amazing and a sweet woman.
That's why everyone's surprised that it's been 7 months.
I know.
I met her twice, and I'm like, she seems cool. This should be done in 15 to 20 minutes.
Well, I gave her 20, so it's one of those moments. But she actually came and hung out at fucking Mayhall's last night to
The fact that she's not over that yet is a miracle, man. Honestly.
She loves going to fucking shows.
That's good.
Yeah, she loves spending time with me. I love spending time with her. And she'll laugh at comics, not laugh at certain comics. Give me actual advice on stuff, and she's been wrong once so far in a joke, and that was Tuesday when I tried the new joke. Newish. I've been working on it for a while, but I think I finally got it down, which is the internet hurts my feelings. I dated the younger sister at high school. Come on! Do you have to live up to the stereotype of a bugman? Honestly, that is bugman shit if I've ever heard it. That's I love you. I love you, Dark Matter. Los Angeles County Coroner's Office has a room. Oh God, stacked plastic bags. I'm
stench will never go away. I wonder what happens if bodies don't get claimed.
Yes, well, we love you for that.
Honestly, man, they probably put them in a mass. I don't know, what do they do when bodies don't get? They cremate them, right? I think they cremate them.
Probably cremate them. Yeah. I think they.
They don't do what they do with dogs and just put them in a big hole. Oh yeah, it's another thing. Probably the coroners probably can't smell it either. People who work in the morgue, they're smell blind to dead bodies.
This was years ago, but I'll tell you a weird story about pest work at fucking funeral homes. I actually had a fucking embalmer / mortician kind of go, you can come in this place, nobody's gonna bother you. And I not gonna lie, it's one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard in my life. Like, I don't know why, but the darkness of that, where it's like nobody's gonna bother you in this room.
So my great grandfather, he died. My middle name is Samuel after him. I never met him. He died maybe 6 months before I was born. He was funeral home.
TSD. How have you not made that your fucking name? TSD as a comedian. TSD. I can see that being chanted on the rooftop.
But the dyslexics will call me STD, and it'll be a problem. But no, he owned a funeral home, and still the funeral home in that town in Pennsylvania is still half named. He has his name still on it because that was part of the thing when he sold it years ago.
Nice.
But he's a funeral home director, and they said he had the best sense of humor because I feel like everyone in that industry does, and it's not, and you have to, like, it's not uncommon. I've heard that about every funeral director, that they all have a good sense of humor, because how can you not? How can you?
I've never not met a cool funeral home director doing pest control.
Could you imagine if you were didn't have a sense of humor, and you'd be a sociopath. If you don't have a sense of humor as a funeral home director, you'd have to be a sociopath.
The funeral home guy that I know who's a comic, like he's got a great sense of fucking humor. Dude's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Paul's the same way.
But yeah, man, like, it's a rough job though. Fuck that.
You get used to it, man. Like my grandmother, she grew up with it, so she has like different thoughts about shit. It's just death is just different, when you grew up like that, it's just, you think of it in a different way. I mean, obviously you lose someone you love, you feel bad, but like just in general, it's just, it's just different. My grandfather has stories that he was in high school and like he'd ask him to go get bodies for him and shit, and he has stories about that too. He was like 17 picking up a dead guy for yeah, I know. I mean, like, well, like that Chris Paul, comedian Chris Paul, does it all the time. It's his job.
Mm-hmm.
But if you asked me to do that, it would scar me for life, most likely. So
yeah,
it would. I mean, if it's an old person, I'd probably get over it. But as a young person, I'd have a problem.
Yeah, I can't do it. Like,
same thing with people work in hospitals. My mom sees people die all the time, and I told you that story about I was in the hospital a couple years ago, and next to me was a woman who they found something real bad on her CAT scan, and she was probably in her 80s, and he's like, doctor's like, I can call a specialist. We can see if there's anything. He's like, we can't do anything for you here. We can try to take you to another hospital, call a specialist, see if there's anything to do. Or the other option is we call hospice. And she's like, call hospice. She's like, I understand. And she was like super brave about it.
Oh, sorry.
And I mean, there's no way she's not gone now, but and she was one of my heroes of the week. She was just the way she handled it. She's like, okay. She was like, yeah, I mean, a way that I would never. Maybe she was older, I understand that, but she was like, okay, I understand. I'm like, man, that was the crazy thing to hear.
Hold on.
What do we got here, Raymond?
It's the Tapology of thing.
I watched most of my brother won some money. He won money betting on Jim Miller to win by submission.
Nice.
So he won some
which
money
that was
there.
pretty sexy. I'm not gonna lie.
That was great.
Like, the way he pulled that guillotine. Oh my god, the fucking Chromebook's freezing. That's never good.
Also, I do want to say that the best retirement speech in the history of retirement speeches was Stipe. He's like, oh, I'm done. Thank God.
Yeah.
He didn't drop the gloves or anything. He's just like, I'm done. Thank God.
Yeah,
I will say that about the Stipe fight. I was thinking, like, are you being a homer? But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? I don't think I am. I think the commentary team was rough on Stipe. I really think they were, because he's fighting Jon Jones, who we already knew was probably better than him. Also,
yeah,
he's 42 years old. He got beat up in that first round, and that's why he was slow after that, because he got beat up.
Yeah, that takedown.
Acting like he sucked. I don't know. The way they talked about him, I didn't like it all. But I take nothing away from Stipe, and I didn't expect him to win anyway. Everybody expected that to happen, and I think it did make me think, what if that happened a year ago? What if that fight happened 3-4 years ago?
The fuck just happened?
I think that would have been a different fight if we would have had 38-year-old Stipe. But you know, it didn't happen that way. He's been off for almost 4 years. He hasn't fought in front of a crowd in 5 years, and he has to fight Jon fucking Jones. Of course, it's hard. He's 42. He has to fight Jon Jones. It's not easy.
Yeah.
The first thing Jon Jones said is he's good, and he was good, and that wasn't the old Stipe. That's the Stipe we got now. That wasn't the old Stipe. It would have been nice to see him fight the old Stipe. It would have been a better fight. But you know, people are gonna think, well, he wasn't even close against Jon Jones. I'm like, yeah, but this fight should have happened a long time ago.
Yeah, I think this
man.
is.
I'm not saying he would have won, but he would have looked better. And he didn't look that bad at the beginning, but he got fucking, you know, he got under Jon Jones, and no one survives under Jon Jones. I mean, the fact that he got out of that is insane. Or he survived, I should say. He didn't really get out of it. He survived it. And he, you know, he hit Jon with some good shots. He kept fighting, and then eventually, you know, that fucking spinning back kick that no one could have survived.
Yeah, that was fucking wild.
I don't know, man. So having anything other than tons of respect for Stipe, even after that fight, is bullshit. But acting like I don't know, man. I don't really like the way they're talking about him, but it's fine. I expected him to lose. I didn't expect him to win. And I wish he looked a little bit better, but he didn't look bad. I mean,
no, he didn't look
good shots in. He kept fighting. He took tons of damage beforehand. He took shots and he kept coming forward. And just the first thing Jon said is like, "Oh, he's really good. Yeah, he's a lot better." I think he beat Cyril Gane today. I think he beat a lot of guys today. I think he beat almost everybody.
Yeah,
I bet he beat almost everybody in the heavyweight division today, except for maybe 2 guys, and that's Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall. I think he beat everybody else.
Yeah, I think honestly, you have to make that fight or just strip Jon of the heavyweight title. Like,
I don't care who he fights. Pereira or Aspinall would be a good fight. Either one is fine for me. But whatever the UFC wants, man, that's fine. Honestly, I feel like Jon Jones has earned the right to pick his own fight, personally. But they don't work like that. They think he has. If anyone has, he has. And Pereira has also earned the right. If he wants Jon Jones, and Jon Jones wants him, and they both deserve to make that fight happen. However, I understand Tom. But he hasn't done nearly as much as either of those guys. So just sit there and fight who you have to fight. I get it. I understand it. But I don't know. The UFC are going to make the decision. But I honestly think if both those guys want to fight, they should let Pereira and Jones fight each other.
I honestly, I agree with Dark Matter on this. Like, Dark Matter says the belt should be unified. I agree with him on that, man.
Listen, there is no other belt. The interim belt is not real. It's fake. Don't pretend it's real. It's fake. There's no unification. There's no unification.
Tom Aspinall is the future, bro. Like,
I want to see it too, but I don't want to see it in 2 years. I want to see it in 3 months. You know, I don't want to see it when Jon Jones is 40. I want to see it this spring at the very least, at the very latest. There's a UFC card in Vegas on March 8th, I think. Yeah, it is March 8th. Same day as Yakov Smirnov. I believe that should be the one that should be the fight. That should be Jones Aspinall.
It should be.
Get that done and then do Pereira and Jones in the summer. Jon Jones never fights that much. He's never fought 3 times in a calendar year recently. It's been a long time. But also, I want to. Jon Jones is 42, but Jon Jones. Stipe is 42, but Jon Jones is 37. He's older than me, so he's not that young either.
Yeah, I mean, he looked a little bit slower in that fight.
I don't think he looked slow at all. I think he looked great. I think he's the best he ever looked.
Not the best he ever looked.
Dude, I think this Jon Jones would beat the hell out of young Jon Jones because he knows more. He knows more.
Alex or Tom would be great, though. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, either of them. I think it's a win. It's a win-win. But yeah, it would be great if he fought Tom in March and then he fought Alex in July or August or something, September, something like that.
I like it.
That'd be amazing. It won't happen, but that's what we want and what we deserve as fans, especially after this year. Been a shit year, UFC. Been a shit year. Worst year we've had in a long time. Definitely since Bro Where Plata started, but before that too. This has been a shit year.
This is probably one of the worst years in UFC history. Like,
it's not been
when
great.
it comes to cards, not really living up to any kind of
If
expectation.
Sahara wasn't around, it would have, man. He saved. I mean, I could say the word save this year. What does that even really mean? It's not like the UFC would go under if he wasn't fighting. Even with him, the year hasn't been very good. It was not good. Oliveira Chandler, exactly what Tim said it was going to happen again. Oliveira's going to win, but Chandler's going to make it a really entertaining fight. 100%.
Those body slams
hilarious
that he tried were fucking
full WWE.
Yeah,
TKO owns it. Sport? When's he going to go over to your sport? He's
Michael Chandler.
He'd be great at it.
I think Michael Chandler would be good as long as he was presented as like a wrestler, like a Chad Gable, like somebody like that, where you look at him and you're like, fuck yeah, this is fucking tits.
Comes out in a singlet and just starts double legging people.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I expect. I would want him to do that shit.
Have they ever done that when they had like a match with the guy who comes in after people know he's like a collegiate wrestler or whatever, and he doesn't do pro wrestling? He just the whole match he just double legs and makes it fucking boring.
Lesnar, the best example I can ever give for that kind of actual match is Lesnar versus Angle at WrestleMania 29, I think, in Seattle.
Is that the one where he just kept slamming him?
Yeah, and that's also the one where Lesnar fucking dumped himself on his head trying to do a shooting star press, which is like a standing backflip off the top rope. But that was a collegiate match at the beginning of it, for sure. Like, both of those guys knew the assignment, and they fucking made it awesome.
I think that would be a fun intro for someone like Chandler if they had him fight. I don't know, someone middle-ish. I don't know.
Yeah, Chad Gable. You put him against Chad Gable, make it a competitive wrestling match, and put Michael Chandler over that way.
I'm just talking like, what if it would just be funny if he fought like he didn't get it, like his first fight against someone who they figured he was going to beat anyway because he's not a big name, but he just fucking double legs the whole time.
Yeah,
and people are like, "What are you doing?" And he wins that way, and then like the whole thing is like, "Dude, you got to learn how to fucking wrestle," and then like that's like a storyline that him learning how to actually be a WWE wrestler, and that's a whole thing. And he comes back the next time and knows all the moves and knows how to actually wrestle. That'd be fun. I think that'd be fun.
That'd be a good 3-month angle for sure.
It'd be fun, something different, maybe. I don't know.
And then Bo Nickal. I mean, Bo Nickal just
we talked about it, man. I think he was really smart. He's like, this guy has 26 fights. I have 7. I've been doing this for 3 years, but I can outstrike him, and he did it. He did it. Well, listen, if the guy's only shot was to beat you off his back, why would you give him that chance, Bo Nickal? So
I agree.
I didn't know if Bo Nickal could beat him on his feet, but absolutely could, and he proved wrong to people that he could. There's people that have been doing this a lot longer than him. He's better at that. So Bo Nickal's special, man. I'm excited for his next fight. They are being methodical with him because he only has 7 fights. He's only been doing this 3 years. They're not going to throw him to the wolves right away. They're going to make him climb the ladder one step at a time, and that's fine. I'm fine with that because that's what should happen because he's still learning.
Yeah, I'd love to see him against like top 10 fucking real top 10 competition in the UFC.
It won't happen for maybe a year or 2. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. He hasn't even gotten top 15 yet. I don't think it will happen after this next fight either.
Yeah, well, he's got to get ranked, so I'll believe it when I see it. The Vivian Araujo, Karen Silva fight, it wasn't. Meh.
It was fine. I mean, I will say this: I fell asleep in the middle of this fight and woke up at the end of the first round of the Bo Nickal fight. I went back and watched it, but I slept for about half an hour without my CPAP. That's crazy. That's a record for the last couple of years.
Maybe if you go to 250, you won't need it. Oh,
Alan has a CPAP too, and he's in a lot better shape than me. People get sleep apnea, right? Roofie and you know what? This fooled me last time too. It's Lontop. It's 2 L's, which I mean, who spells her name with 2 L's at the top? And the lowercase L looks like an I. It looks like Lion Top. I'm gonna still call him Lion Top.
I know. Jan Top.
Yeah. No, lion top, baby. Tiger bottom. But yeah, yes, Roofy gets the win. Another one. What's that camp called? Fighting Nerds. Whatever they call it. They wear those like silly glasses, and I'm like, all right, whatever, man.
Yeah, they got like the Hanson brothers fucking glasses from,
right.
Or like the Dudley boys, from ECW.
I watched all these fights, and I don't even remember the. Oh yeah,
the McGee fight was fucking.
Yeah, I do remember.
That was fire.
No, he was good. He was good. It took me a minute.
Then Jim Miller.
Keep going up. Dude, Tavera looked great. Dude, the Onama one's hilarious.
Yep, right here.
So apparently Onama's camp got thrown some ducats from Zach Bryan's people to mention him. Like when at first I'm like, oh, okay, he decides he's gonna mention Zach Bryan. He's like, dude, and I heard an interview afterwards. He's like, dude, I don't even know who he is. He's like, his camp called and they really wanted me to give him a shout out.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I think it's the whole thing because like he was there, and there's the whole thing with his ex-girlfriend who was like they offered $12 million for her to sign an NDA and not talk about the relationship. And the camera panned right to her that was in the front row right after he said that. It was the whole thing. Whatever, man. Drama. I'm actually just embarrassed that I know about this, but it's I see it on Reels. I clicked on it. It's fucking Portnoy's, Barstool shit. But I have a lot of respect for her for not signing an NDA to give herself $12 million.
Yeah,
that's good for her. And
get that bag, girl.
She said no, and she decided to talk shit right away. So good for her. Will affect his career? Probably not at all.
Not at all.
But
I missed this Mickey Gall knockout.
Yeah,
I was Ubering.
Mickey. That's what I want to see. I wish I had some money. I put it up right now for Mickey Gall versus Andrew Law. I put that up right now.
That would be down below donation link. Let's make it happen. Mickey Gall would probably accept $2,000 at this point.
No, I bet we need at least probably 10.
Okay,
yeah, because he got paid 83 for this fight, right?
I don't know what his payout was.
You sent it to me. It was 83.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean
that's before. That's before minus everything, but still,
yeah. I was about to say that's before taxes. And
that's because he's had how many? He's had 13 fights in the UFC. That's why it was so much. Only one of his fights was outside the UFC. So you look at his record, 7-7, but you forget his record was 6-7 in the UFC, which he beat 6 guys in the UFC. That's still good. I wonder. I was looking to see if they cut him. I haven't seen that yet. I don't want them to. I hope they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 500 in the UFC is really hard to do. I mean, 7-7 doesn't look good, but he could have also fought 20 nobodies before he showed up and have a
like Khabib.
But he didn't. But Khabib also was the best we ever saw. Anyway,
let's not go that far. Islam's better than him.
They're the same
He's
guy.
Still fighting.
They're the same guy.
But he can strike.
I do think Islam would probably be Khabib, except you know what? Number one, they never fight, but if they did, I think Khabib would beat him because I think there'd be a respect factor that Islam would have an issue with. Anyway, it would never happen anyway. But I watched this one too. You put you
up. Sorry.
Why you fucking? What's fucking wrong with you?
I thought you were gonna go on a tangent.
No, I was done. Okay, that's fine.
No, Basil.
Don't make it worse.
I am gonna make it worse by putting
That's
it
what
back
you do.
up.
Ray, make it work. What's your graphic tee today, Ray?
It is a shirt that says "The Only Sign of Life in Cleveland," and it is a Route 76 sign to Pittsburgh.
What size T-shirt are you wearing these days, Ray?
XL, double XL, depending on the fit.
If you bought a shirt today, what would
probably a 2XL.
Yeah, I just got a 3XL hoodie from Amazon for $13. Zip up hoodie.
What is this bullshit?
I was just
why are the Browns winning right now?
Yeah, at halftime, 10-3, baby. Look at that. Who scored the touchdown?
fucking stupid.
I'll look it up.
Football's
Told you this game is
dumb.
going to be wacky.
Football's dumb.
Remember
Football
that
is
when you pretend to-
stupid. I
Nick
don't like
Chubb,
football
baby. Nick
anymore.
Chubb got an. Oh, that was nice. Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb in the end zone today.
I don't like football. Football is
you
dumb.
don't. No, this Owen Elliott dude is pretty good. This Welsh kid's pretty tough. He's gonna be fun to watch. He's good.
Yeah, I watched that when we were at the hotel. We got a hotel for the night, me and Laura. And we're actually getting a hotel next week too because we're going to wrestling, and then gonna spend the weekend together.
Yay!
So that'll be fun. But yeah, it's
Speaking of, this reminds trying to save up still for Vegas. Hopefully that happens. Still going.
Okay.
With my mother. Say what you will. Fuck y'all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. My dad with his mom. Like I'm not.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not judging.
No, this is something I wouldn't have done at 25, but now I'm like,
book yourself at fucking Rick's Rolling Smoke though.
We're going to see Bergazzi on Wednesday night.
Oh, okay.
But the other one though, Hala Habibi.
Ola Habibi, yeah.
Yeah, I could do that. But what was the? Oh, okay. So I keep asking her about restaurants. She goes, I don't want to go to these places. She's been weird about it. Whatever. I'm thinking about just making a reservation at this one place I saw and just not telling her. And it's like, hey, we're going to this place. It's in the link, but it's called Diner Ross. It's a 70s style diner. And to get there, you have to go through this like disco.
Yeah. I've seen things about it.
Yeah. You just it said and then you have to go upstairs and there's like another disco bar, and then you have to go to a hot dog cart. And sign in if you get a reservation, and then they take you to another secret location that's a 70s diner.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking about like just making not even telling her about it. It's like we're going to this. I made a reservation months ago. We're going to it.
Nice. Real quick, I'll be right back. I gotta pee real quick.
Okay. Ray's peeing. Thank you for being here. Anyone who's here, we appreciate you, man. We've been doing this for 4+ years, and this is our 354th episode. We use this because we're bored and it's fun. And every once in a while, we do good content. I think we had a good interview with Andrew today. Thank you for Andrew Law for being here today. Andrew's the man. We need to do better on interviews. That's on us. Pulse, come on, buddy. Come on, we'll hang out a little bit. Yeah, buddy. Listen a little bit longer, man. Well, yeah, it was good. We need to do better on interviews for sure. We've gotten like 200 subs this year. I don't know how that happened, but need a lot. Hold on. Pulse, I'll just send you the link. How's that? La 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 la. Sending in Discord. La 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 la. Nope. What was that? Okay. See, Nick Chubb become powers members. Also, stay away from Walmart and on Black Friday because it's a madhouse. I'm sure, dude. It always is. Like in general, it is. I've only ever done a Black Friday thing one time, and it wasn't that bad. It was GameStop. It was a line, but it wasn't too bad. And yeah, that was the only time, and it wasn't no one got punched or anything like that. I sent Pulse to log in.
Did you?
Okay. Yes.
Oh yeah, we'll wrap up probably soon.
My voice is a little hoarse. Hold on.
Pulse from his phone, not his laptop.
Yeah,
which is still probably. Hi, buddy.
Yeah, I think on Black Friday I'm gonna invest in a new. Actually, I want to get one of those. I've been saying it for a while. I want one of those gaming PCs with all the lights.
All the lights?
Yeah, you know how they have the circular bright lights in it. Because I also wanted, I wanted to do gaming system, but then I thought I'm like, I'll just use a PC because you can always modify the RAM and make it faster. You know.
I'm probably gonna look for deals on Xbox Series X's because I need it for when GTA 6 drops next year, hopefully.
I mean, I've been having dreams about college football, the college football game, and I'm really disappointed I can't play. But I made my decision, right? I decided to go to Vegas instead of buy a PS5.
But that's understandable. I would rather go to Vegas than buy fucking any video game console.
But it's also you're talking 4 days instead of like hours upon hours and days upon days of entertainment. You know.
Yeah, but 4 days is fun out there. Anything else, fuck. If you're not living there and making an income, it's fucking pointless. Like,
ooh, did y'all hear? The rumor is that Jerry Jones is gonna next year. I've been thinking that for like, I've been thinking that. I'm surprised he's still here since I was a kid. Like he's already like he's 150. No,
dude, he's got you do Cooper Rush starting on Sunday, doesn't he?
I don't. So Dak's out for the year, right?
Yeah, Cooper Rush is your quarterback, dude, from Central Michigan.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, this season is the wash. Like, honestly, they should tank. Like, not tank, but they should just not try hard.
What the Browns are doing.
Yeah. Well, no, but the rumor is that he's going to let McCarthy go and Dak, which I'm fine with both of those. And that he's going to sign Deion Sanders from the University of Colorado to be the head coach, and his son's going to come with him.
That's not a rumor as much as something like a crazy thing people have just been saying, but it's not impossible. But they would need to get the draft pick to be able to get him.
Okay,
and he's going to be one of the top quarterbacks taken. I mean, the Browns would probably take him. So and the crazy thing being said about the Browns is that they may fire Stefanski and sign Vrabel, but I'm fine.
I heard that's not happening from.
I don't think it should happen.
Adam Schefter.
He doesn't. This is not Stefanski's fault.
I have a word of advice. I have a word of advice for Cleveland.
Okay.
Like, honestly, and I'm not even trolling. Stop drafting quarterbacks. Like learn from your past mistakes. Like, stop drafting them and just get an established guy who's already established and who's not.
Look at Russell Wilson.
We tried that.
No, I know,
we
but
tried that when we got Deshaun Watson.
Right. Okay, well, that was a mistake.
And that was way worse than any of the draft busts we've ever had. Draft busts only cost us one pick. This cost us 3 and a lot of money.
Nobody told you to back up the Brinks truck. I just said sign an established quarterback. I didn't say
we tried that. We tried that a couple times. We've got Jeff Garcia, Jake Delhomme, Trent Dilfer. We've done this a bunch of times, and it's never worked for us.
You had Baker Mayfield. That was your shot.
I know.
Like, I don't know.
Check the tape. I was pissed when they got rid of him. Thomas too. I wanted him to keep him.
Thomas?
What?
How is Thomas these days?
Good, I think. He's doing his own show. He's doing his own thing. Which
he was
bums
watching
me out
the game, and apparently
I want him
Creed
to come
was
back.
at the game.
Yes, Creed is at the Browns game right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll be seeing Creed tomorrow. That's right, Paul. So are you excited for me?
Sure. No, yeah, sure. I mean, like, are they by themselves, or is somebody else headlining? Or
no, they're the headliner. They're the headliner, but special guest 3 doors down.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be a fun sing-along day.
By the way, the Steelers have the ball right now, 3rd and 7 on the 40-yard line.
Pauls, I have a question.
Go for it.
Last episode, you disappeared. You just disappeared. I didn't know you were leaving. You just left. And then I saw you were doing another show, your own show. What?
Yeah, okay.
I'm not. No. First thing I want you to know is I'm not mad at all. I just thought it was weird. Like, we could have done what you're doing here. We could have had your buddy on here.
Yeah. Well, okay. We could collab next time. The thing is, it was sort of impromptu.
Okay.
It was impromptu only because I knew Mike Tyson was fighting the next day. I say fighting, but like something came out about that. So apparently the contract was released, and apparently there was a clause that he could not throw uppercuts. Which, if y'all know Mike Tyson, that's one of his best punches. So that lets you know every Jake Paul thing, everything he does is a work. Like that proves it right
Except
now.
for the Tommy Fury fight.
Except for that one that he
Tommy
lost.
Fury, people are forgetting that the Tommy Fury fight was close. People were acting like it wasn't close.
Yeah, but Tommy was able to eke him out in the
I
end
think
because he was
wins,
a competent boxer.
He wins at least 4 of those out of 10, I think. But like,
no,
Tommy beats him every single time.
I especially think that now that he's fought him, I don't even think it would be close another time. But I just
this fight was silly, but I don't think people. Anyway,
also,
I'm just giving you crap holes. So I don't actually care. Like I'm just
I just wanted to say it also came out that he got $40 million from Netflix and then an additional $20 million from Jake Paul Promotions. So that seals it right there. Not that Mike was already hurting for money, but like
I think that I told Ray earlier the fight was a collective. It was a success collectively. Anyone who thought that fight was anything other than it was going to be was a sucker. I told you guys that for months. I thought it was going to suck and Paul was going to win, but it was going to suck. I told you guys for months.
But I'll just want to say this, okay? I don't care what anybody says. If that was a real street fight, Tyson would have. I don't care if he's 60 or not. He would have got him up out of it. He would have got him up out of it. He would. He was. You can tell they've already. They have videos debunking it already. Like he was holding back. He was clearly holding back.
So was Paul.
Yeah, that was just
he decided not to.
If it was a street fight, Mike would have destroyed him.
Oh my gosh, you guys are still. He's not the guy you want him to be anymore. He's not.
I know that, but even still, what he is, he was holding back, man, because he knew if he messed up the bag.
Either way, I think this was a collective win for everybody. Netflix, everybody, anyone who thought it was going to be anything other than it was would just wishful thinking. And if they're mad, it's ridiculous. Am I buffering?
No, I'm just the Netflix.
Oh, Netflix.
But my question is this: where does Jake Paul go from here? What are they going to dig up the ghost of Jack Dempsey or something like that? Like where's
my favorite meme was with Jake Paul signs deal with Netflix to push George Foreman down a flight of stairs.
Foreman could beat his ass, I think.
Bro,
you know what actually makes sense, and I hope it happens, but like it would make tons of sense for Canelo to fight Jake Paul.
That would be probably the next.
Sense for who? Well, I mean,
Canelo. It makes sense for Canelo. It's a fight you would assume he would win unless he didn't train at all, and then he'll make tons of fucking money and then ride up to the sunset. Like,
Pulse. I'm not gonna lie to you. That would probably be a couple $1 billion virtual gate, and also fucking the gate at whatever stadium they hold that in. You would need like 34. Ohio State for that to fucking be a thing.
I have the perfect venue. Hold it in Mexico City at one of their soccer stadiums.
Yeah, and that would be amazing.
Oh my gosh, it would be like the Olympics. And I don't think, man, I'm just gonna say it. I mean, yeah,
I respect him for doing it though. I would respect the fuck out of Jake Paul for taking that fight. I would
not. Listen, he knows his limitations. It's either AARP boxing.
No one expects him to win. No one would expect him to win that fight. And you make a fuck ton of money, and people would at least he fought somebody tough. I think it's a win-win either way. Unless he dies, it's a win.
If any wild stuff goes down, though, he has to worry about making if he fouls Canelo, I don't think he makes that out of Mexico, man. One of the some cartel member is gonna
If not Mexico, Texas again. Texas will obviously sanction
anywhere except the Persian Gulf. Stay out, I know. I'm sure it's one of them dudes. Where's it called? Riyadh.
Yeah, that's probably what will happen. Riyadh, but no, Houston and whatever. Texas, yeah, that's fine.
Texas would be a good one.
But I want that one. Who did he just?
You mentioned the horseshoe. Isn't he from Cleveland?
Yeah, but we're talking Columbus where OSU plays.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Ohio State. Okay.
But I think it would sell that out. I think you put Canelo Alvarez in there, make it a destination fight. You would sell 125,000 seats. Like people would fly for that fight.
Yeah. And because of that, you don't put it in an outdoor stadium, man. That's too much risk.
Do it in the summertime.
Yeah,
right. It could always be a thunderstorm, then everyone's fucked.
No,
thunderstorm would fuck you. If you don't think so, what do you think? Really?
You put a canvas over the fucking top of the thing like they did for the Fury.
Thunderstorm, lightning storm. Doesn't fucking matter.
That'll be fun.
Y'all, okay, where's the
too big of a risk?
Okay,
biggest indoor stadium in America.
Why don't they just hold it at Quicken Loans?
20,000 people. Less than
That's 20,000 people. That would sell out in an hour. It would sell out in an hour. Especially a lot of Cleveland people would buy those seats.
Wasn't it like 60, 70,000 at AT&T? AT&T would be the
70,000, 72,000 is what I
AT&T is the biggest indoor stadium in America. That would be the place to do it. Again, I know they just did it there, but yeah, that would people go to Dallas.
Yeah, I think it would sell out just because of the Mexican contingent. They'd drive up. And
drive up, they're already there.
Well, I'm talking about the actual like people who aren't. They would take their passports and go, we're going to fucking Dallas to see Canelo. Like that would be,
or not, or they wouldn't take their passports. Either way, either way they get there.
I'm thinking of the more legal people. The other ones can walk across and buy a ticket if they want. That's fine, but
as long as they buy a ticket, all right.
Yeah, as long as they buy a ticket, I'm fine with it. They can sneak in if they know somebody that's working at AT&T. Sneak in, do your thing. I'm never above fucking using connections, but I think it'd be a good time. Jake Paul versus Canelo. That would be. I would pay for that fucking thing, or you have a Netflix subscription.
How often have you tried to get free tickets from people because you think you like know a guy who knows a guy who kind of knows a guy? How often I feel like you
believe
probably
it or not.
Times.
Believe it or not. I've only maybe 5 or 6 times in my life have like tried to pull strings to get free tickets.
I don't believe that.
Like it's not every time. Steve Guy with AIW, I do it for the like no class show because I'm like, it's in a parking lot.
I'm not including comedy, by the way.
One time Moss said
comedy doesn't count.
Moss did what I heard Charlie Murphy speak about this one time. I don't know if it was at Madison Square Garden or what, but he said that a bunch of people, him and like 20 other guys, will go to the door and just bum rush the turnstile, like bum rush it, and like just walk in there, and
that
like security would grab 1 or 2, but then like the other 18, they would just make it in there.
Yeah, I just watched this documentary about when that happened in 21, I think, at the EuroLeague Championship at Wembley. I think it was Wembley. It was England and I want to say Italy, and sold out right away. And they had selective seating because it was still COVID times. But their thought was, dude, there's empty seats in there, a lot of them, because they didn't sell all the seats on purpose. And if we just fucking bum rush, and a lot of people did, and it became a riot, and it became a real problem. But a lot of people saw that game for free.
My only problem with that isn't there. What if somebody like walked up to you like once you're in there? Because if you don't have a ticket, if it's not standing room, where are you gonna go? Like
they kept moving.
Like if you were seated, wouldn't some guy come up to you and be like, "Yo, let me see your ticket"?
I mean, they try to sit in the middle of the rows, stuff like that, so that people wouldn't come to them. And if the stadium's full and you have an illegal seat in the middle of the row, no one's gonna fuck with you, right? They're not gonna come to the middle of the row and middle of a section. And if they did, they saw ushers, they would move around. This is what I'm talking about. This documentary I saw about that EuroLeague game. What?
Well, okay. Well, my question is like, for at Woodstock, the original and the one that happened like
99?
I think it was the 90s.
Yeah, 99 was a crazy one where the Miz started a riot.
God damn it!
It was raping girls at the Fat Boy Slim show.
Jesus Christ! Don't malign him that way.
It wasn't him, but it was people. Not him, but people.
I don't want to get a legal note from anybody. This isn't
wait,
the
you're
View.
talking about
Wasn't the
Mike
Miz.
McMahon, the wrestler?
What?
You're talking about
Tim's
the Miz,
joking. Tim's joking.
Oh,
Tim's joking.
He was at Woodstock '99. He did not. He was.
Was
There's no
he for real?
allegations of him doing.
Yeah,
those
he
things,
was.
but yes, he was.
He's in the documentary on Netflix.
I sent Ray a
before he was on
screenshot.
Raw Rules or whatever.
Yeah, before.
Okay,
This is before he was on Road.
That man has lived a hell of a life, hasn't he?
Apparently,
Well, he just went to a concert. If I was of age, I want to go too.
No, but I'm saying, like,
I was 22, 23 when that happened. I try to get there, definitely.
Well, okay, but like, this is my question. So the Woodstock, the festival, it was multiple days, was it not?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it? You buy a ticket and you're good for like the weekend or what?
Well, that's how all festivals are.
So what do
you
you
get a
do you
one-day
have to-
ticket, or you could get a festival ticket.
And if you do you so it's mandatory you like bring a tent or something?
Some places, yeah. I mean,
Not mandatory, but I mean, the ones now you'll have a pass that gets you in for all 3 or 4 days, but you can leave and come back. Like I went to one that was 2 days. We got a motel.
Who held that? Like who put that on?
Woodstock?
Yeah.
The first one?
Or either of them. Like
names, but there's great documentaries about it. There's a movie, the story of Woodstock that Dimitri Martin plays the main guy. It's pretty decent too. But yeah, I don't know.
There's plenty of documentaries and stuff.
But it was independent.
Kind of a creeper.
It was independent. I know that. And also the main guy who put Woodstock together did all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And
but this is what I'm saying. Like it has to be. I would think it has to be like a company who's in charge of that, right? Like who bought
at the time it was just one dude.
Yeah, it wasn't a big,
at the first one. It was one guy who had a vision of like.
I mean, he had
60,000 fucking people.
Who paid the artist to perform?
They did. It was a mess.
That's
Every
what I heard.
one of them was a mess.
Like the first one
was all of them were messes. The second one was the one we don't talk about. Oh no, hold on.
Second one was okay.
The third
one is the shit one.
There was one after 99, wasn't it?
No,
99 wasn't the last one.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, well, so the first one I only heard about. I wasn't alive for it,
right?
Because I didn't exist in the 70s. But I'm saying the second one, the only other one that I knew about, happened when I was a kid. I remember DMX had a set there, and yeah, that was my only question. Like suppose you didn't have a tent. What do you have to have a blanket and like just sleep on the ground?
Then I don't know. I mean, some people had rooms and stuff in town. I don't know.
Oh, so you could leave and come back?
I think so, yeah.
Because maybe I'm wrong, but wasn't it on somebody's farmland or something in New York, upstate New York?
Yeah, it was just a fucking farm. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who owned the farm? Who do you know?
Okay, the second one was in 94, and then they had 99.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know.
Who? No, it was just people. Like they just went to a farm and like, hey, we'll give you this much money if we can do this thing here, and they did it, and they fucked up their farm. But yeah,
I'll bet. But like who? I'm wondering like who. So the rumor that I heard was that the first one, for security, they actually hired the Hells Angels, the biker gang.
I mean, probably. I mean, it was. Look up documentaries. Because there's a bunch of them, and they're all really interesting. So look at the documentaries if you're interested, because they're all really interesting, and they're all crazy. Because it was like, it made no sense. It was in the middle of fucking nowhere in upstate New York. It was wild, and so much, and the crazy shit that happened once you got there. And even the 99 on Netflix, there's the one about 99, and the 99 one was fucking insane.
Well, I heard the original
that was on a defunct military base.
99. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, no, the original one, I heard that the drugs were just flowing. Like,
of course.
Like you could just And even some of the artists. The rumor I heard was that Jimi Hendrix, he was basically tripping on acid when he played the Star Spangled Banner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true or not, but
yeah, wild. Yeah, that was crazy. That one was crazy, but that seemed mostly fun. The 99 one got real rough.
what do you mean rough? Like people, like, did somebody die?
I don't think anyone died, but there were sexual assaults, a lot of them.
Yes, that's what I'm wondering. Like, who polices that? Like, who is there?
They
Did they
got to
have
the point where they couldn't, that's the thing about festivals is, I mean, they're getting better at them now, but I mean, you have to have an insane amount of security and you have to be lucky. What I mean by lucky is that, like, if ever the spectators always outnumber the security, right? So if
That's what I'm
everyone
thinking.
decides, hey, we're going to have a riot, they're going to have a riot. They're going to win,
See,
So that's what
well, they would just overpower them. But see, that's why I wouldn't even want to go to things like this. Every time a big concert or something like that is thrown, I always hear, like here in Houston at Discovery Green, they had the Travis Scott one, and there was a bunch of people that got trampled. It was a melee, and people got
Astro
trampled.
World, right? Yeah,
Astro World, yeah. And then what was the other one? I think it was a Jason Aldean concert. Some sniper started just
that was
picking off
sniper.
people.
That was Vegas, the sniper. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I wouldn't even want to go to one of those things.
Well,
nowadays.
here's
Like,
the
I
thing.
don't-
Also, I mean, there was always a chance of that happening at any event. I mean, any sporting event you go to, that could happen if the whole collective or most of them decide we're going to be fucking assholes and riot. You can go to a Astros game, and if 30,000 people decide they're going to riot, they're going to win.
Yup.
That's
So
why I
Sorry,
don't
I was actually part of a wrestling riot. That was weird. Like I had to
That's
leave
why-
the room when people were starting to fucking lose their minds. I'm like, nope, I'm out. I can't deal with this.
See, that's why
Fucking-
I'm like I'm no snowflake, but like that's why I don't even want to go out nowadays because it's like
It
you
can
never
always
know
happen.
if
It happened
It's a
more back
very-
in the day than it does now. Like, there's people that died at like Beatles concerts.
Well,
right?
Houston
Like-
too. Houston, like you guys are experiencing a lot of shit right now
Oh,
when it comes to like fucking
they're
street
trying to-
takeovers and all that kind of
They're
weird
trying
shit.
to renovate the Astrodome, bring back the Astrodome.
Yeah, do that, please. Do
Make it
that.
a
Whatever you
convention
do, just
center.
don't.
No, there's a proposal I just read that put a bunch of money into it to basically make it, like a concert venue, and basically
Yeah,
like
make
bring
it like
back
that.
the Astrodome. Yeah,
Well, from what I heard, they had asbestos in it, so fix that. But then after that,
concrete, just wash it out.
no, but I
Hose
have
it
the
out good.
bro. I have the GOAT idea. Turn that whole venue
Paintball
into
arena.
a theme park. No, a theme park. They did away with Astroworld, which was across the street.
Mhm.
Turn the Astrodome into a theme park. That way, if you don't want to go to a football game, you can go next door to a theme park.
Well,
You just have a roller coaster going through what used to be the suites.
Right. Whatever they do, just do not demolish it. They better not.
No,
implode
they're
that,
not.
I swear.
No, I just read a thing.
can't.
There's
sorry.
there's a big proposal to put a lot of money into it to to make it a legitimate venue for things.
Or how about this?
I would
How
put
about
my job in jeopardy to chain myself to the Astrodome. Like I
Ray
would
will
fly
give you
down
free
to save
pest
that.
control, Astrodome.
Okay,
Free
okay,
pest
okay.
control from Ray Highclack.
I would
Yes, you
change
got that.
all
That's
the
what you do.
rodenticide possible in that place to save that bitch.
Okay, I think I have the GOAT idea. How about they make it a big ass hotel?
Hotel and entertainment thing. I think
They-
that'd be great. Black
been
out the
doing
windows
that.
of the hotels so like lights from concerts and fucking events aren't fucking doing anything.
Somebody
But you
just
can look
made a-
in and watch the events live as they happen if you pay for the hotel.
Whatever
I
they
think it'd be
do,
great.
Somebody's turning
Whatever
a
they
baseball
do-
field into condos somewhere.
whatever they do, just don't destroy it because it
I know
has
they did that
history.
in Japan.
It
Yeah,
is the
Japan they
first
did it, and
dome
they did one
stadium.
here too somewhere. I think it's in Indiana. In Indiana, they did it.
But no, you can't get rid of the Astrodome. Like that place, that's one of the most legendary. You want to talk about UNESCO heritage sites? Fucking that place should be a fucking heritage site. Is one of the greatest wonders of the modern world.
Here's a
is,
headline:
it is.
$1 billion Gensler plan could give adjacent Houston Astrodome a brighter future.
Good.
Also,
turn
they're
that
doing a
thing
study right now. They're doing a study. The county's doing a study right now to see if it's better to rep it down or to renovate it.
If they rip that fucking building down, I swear to God, I will drive down. I will do the
$1
$12
billion proposal.
I will
I'm
drive
already
down there to
listen.
save that building. There
I'm
is
already thinking
no
about.
reason.
I've told you for a while. I'm thinking about moving Houston. If they ever moving from Houston, if they ever did that, I'm gone and I'm never coming back.
I was about to say, just go move to Mission Bend or someplace. I
But
don't know.
they have to
fucking
do
suburb.
something, right? They can't just let it there and just be a big concrete nothing forever.
Well, obviously, but it's you. I mean, you want
right
to
now
talk
it's not
about
even safe,
knocking down history? That place.
I agree with you, but they got to do something. That just said what they're doing right now is they're gonna do it. They're doing a study to see what the best
keep
course
the
of action
batter's
is.
eye. Fucking.
My idea is GOAT. I said a big ass hotel. It's perfect because it's right next to NRG. That way the players could literally just be at the whole. You could reserve the top of it where the dome is for like the VIP for all the.
Oh, there's absolutely people that would pay to live in condos in the Astrodome.
Oh, I
Right.
would. I'd buy one if we ever
But,
made like money off of this podcast. I would buy a condo at the Astrodome just so I could look into it and be like, I sat somewhere in those seats.
Right now, if I had the money, I'd make a condo in Thurman Munson Stadium in Canton.
Have both of y'all been there?
I haven't been in. I've been
I
by it. I've been to Energy.
I went to games when we lived there, when we were living in Mission Bend. We went to Astros games, but the one thing we would do every year, no matter what, was we would go to the rodeo at least 3 or 4 times.
Okay, so that's I was just about to say I've been to multiple Houston livestock show and rodeos.
Dude,
Went to one.
Ray, what's the
went to
rodeo?
multiple
Can we go to Houston this March?
Possibly. Check out when the thing is and check out who's playing. And I would go to Rodeo Houston. Well, the livestock show and rodeo. I would go.
Let me ask you guys how far is Kansas City from y'all? Kansas City, Missouri.
10 hours probably by car.
10 hours driving, probably. KC. They have a sweet. I will say this: they have a decent Greyhound station. I've been in the Kansas City, Missouri Greyhound station. Same thing with STL, but which was kind of cool because it's right by where the Blues play hockey. So fuck, I spilled on myself a little bit. I'm getting that drunk.
That's what so my mom told me that like she's in Kansas City, Missouri, and she said basically that Cincinnati was like 5 hours away.
5, 6, yeah.
It may be closer to 8 or 9 hours. I'm not sure.
I don't know. But
let me look.
No, Pulse, to answer the question. These are the acts I saw in Houston from 1990, I want to say it was like 4 to 96. Reba McEntire, Alan Jackson, 1994, Alan Jackson. Chattahoochee, hot, fucking top of the world, Alan
Hotter
Jackson.
than a hoochie coochie, Alan Jackson.
A pyramid of cans, and my dad had a pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. It was that fucking Alan Jackson.
About 12 hours.
But here's the thing: I saw Tracy Bird, John Michael Montgomery, the guy that did Sold at the Grundy County auction, and Mark Chestnut. Those were like the shows that we.
And I went once. I went once and saw Brooks and Dunn. So
yeah, I saw Reba though when it was fancy Reba. She came out in a fucking cab and shit, dog. Like it was awesome.
So Rodeo Houston has not put a specific event, not told us of specific acts yet, but they did put a genre calendar, like what genre is going to be playing each day. March 4th, it's going to be country. 5th, country. 6th,
March
pop.
4th?
Yes. March 7th, R&B and hip hop. March 8th, country. March 9th, regional Mexican. And, it's there's a Christian on the 12th. There's mostly country. But it's all over. Mostly country. Rock on March 14th.
Are y'all familiar with William McCullough?
I don't think so.
No.
I've been trying to branch out
Billy
and
Mack.
expand my horizons. I want to listen to, because I know it's cliche to say, but I really am a fan of all genres of music. But I'm trying to get into
Most
country
people
and
are.
western.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, do you have it?
Sturgill Simpson.
Sturgill Simpson's good. Billy Strings.
Billy Strings is great.
Billy Strings is amazing. He's
Childress is really good.
Dustin a Baggie is always the one I'll start people off on. Because I love the fact that he was like, I hadn't slept in 7 days, haven't eaten 3. Methamphetamine has got a good goddamn hold of me. You're like, this is one of the greatest songs ever.
Where do famous people go when they're no longer famous? Like
Florida.
Y'all
Branson.
Y'all remember Andrew WK?
Yeah.
He tours.
He tours still, man. I go see Andrew WK. Dude, fucking party.
I missed Andrew WK by an hour.
And what was the one man's name? He had a song, I'm beautiful or you're beautiful.
James Blunt. I'm sure
Yes.
James Blunt tours now too.
He produces music more than likely.
You know who's coming to the pack by my house next spring? And you're gonna have a weird look on your face when I tell you. Randy Travis.
Wait,
exactly.
Wow.
See, that's
Wait,
see.
what?
There's the weird look I told you because
Wait,
it's confusing. Randy Travis can't sing anymore.
Yeah,
he's gonna be there. I don't know if he can play guitar.
Can he talk?
Not really. No.
How old is he?
He had a stroke, so that he can't. sing
Yeah,
anymore.
and it really impaired
So
him.
it's gonna be like he's gonna be on stage. He's gonna be hanging out, but other people are gonna be playing.
How many people do you think if they have a Q&A or something will ask like, hey,
He
Arnold
can talk a little bit.
questions?
He can talk a little bit, but
I would ask a hey Arnold question because he was Randall Travis in an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Simple Things. Great fucking song, by the way.
But that's an interesting one. I don't know. It's one of the I would not if it wasn't in town, I wouldn't even think about going, but it might be interesting to see Randy Travis. I know he can't play anymore, but he's there.
Yeah.
He's gonna be there, you know.
I mean, to see him in person would be nice, but
I didn't tell you the other comedian coming in March, Drew Lynch. You know, Drew Lynch.
I'm glad you did it before me.
Dude, he makes fun of himself, and it's not that bad.
I know,
He
yeah.
makes fun of himself, and he's a fucking killer. He's doing great.
Yeah, Drew's the shit. I would love to work with him once in my life.
Yeah. Dude,
But
when
I'm
I
not
saw
that-
him
I'm not
on
clean,
AGT,
so-
it made me cry when I saw him on AGT. He's a completely different comic now, and he's killing it. But I might go to that. Depends. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh,
I don't
Rodeo
know.
Houston.
I want to be
Maybe-
honest.
you know what? Flights to Houston aren't that bad. I can stay with my uncle.
I'm
going to-
Tim?
maybe who knows?
Well, yeah, I'd book us on some shows and try and get us on some shit. And I'd also hang out with my boy that was like my childhood friend
Pulse?
down there. A Pulse would be down there.
Paul, so we come down for Rodeo Houston. You coming?
Of course.
You gonna party with us? I'll be down
The
there
fun part-
literally from like Sunday to Sunday. I'll be down
Well-
there for a fucking week.
You know, we don't have we don't have that much in us anymore. So probably, you know, your speed.
I mean, listen, that would be everything. But like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of burnt out on Houston, so I'm really thinking about heading up there to the Midwest because my mom's up there.
Up to you.
There you go. Hey man,
Yeah,
I like the Midwest. I do.
I like Vegas.
I said all the time that if I ever went to another city, if I got as soon as I didn't have to be there anymore, I'd move back to the Midwest, probably Ohio. Because I don't think I would want to
gotta
stay
get out of here.
Okay, I know you got. I know.
I used
I
to think
know.
that.
We had mentioned before going to Las Vegas, but like, does anybody? What about Reno?
Why?
Yeah, no.
You gotta fly to Nevada, not
Vegas.
going to Reno.
Yeah,
It's like a diet Las Vegas. It's like a
yeah.
you know what I
That's
mean?
why I wouldn't go to Reno.
But there's a Like, there's a Diet Las Vegas in Las Vegas. Like, you just
It's also called Atlantic City is Diet Las Vegas.
that too, and that's a lot closer to us. We could drive there.
Yeah, I could. It's a 6-hour drive to New York or an 8-hour drive to New York. It's like an extra 2 to get to fucking Atlantic City. Pulse. If we're doing it and we're going to Nevada, we're going to Vegas, kid. Like that's what's gonna happen with this show.
Yeah.
It will be
Pulse, I'm gonna be
Vegas
29
every day.
January 29th to February 2nd. I'm gonna be in Vegas, man. You coming or what?
Wait. You say that again?
Told you, January 29th to February 2nd. I'm gonna be in Vegas.
What like for what? Are you have a show there, or are you just gonna?
No, I'm just going.
No, I'm gonna book them on a show.
They might do a show.
If you go perform, I'm definitely gonna go. But here's the thing: I told you about this. They have this open mic night here at I think it's called the Grove or something.
Do it.
Well, they'll let you go up and try your hand at it. I'm trying
Do it
to
and tape it. Do it and tape it, and we'll give you pointers.
Okay, but I don't even know where to start. What
Again, that's where we just film it, and then we build you into the perfect comedian.
No,
I already know.
It's hard.
Like I already. Okay, go for it.
No, I'm saying it's hard to know when you've never done it before. It's hard to know how to start. I didn't know until I went and watched other people who are also just starting. Like, do that. Go to the open mic and watch.
Go to that fucking thing.
Do you remember the first time you were on stage? Both of y'all. Do y'all remember the first time?
I was 18.
Forget your first time.
Did you?
I was 18 and I was shitting a brick the entire time, and I was at the Cleveland Improv.
Do you remember what you what you started off with?
No. I remember more when I first my legitimate first start, which was I was 25 at the time. And I didn't have anything except for a joke where I compared my girlfriend at the time's mom to Red Skull from the MCU. Like that was how
I will tell you the first joke I ever told on stage. I'll tell you right now.
Do it.
I'm losing my voice. I was talking too loud with Andrew. I gotta sing Creed tomorrow. You guys are a good looking crowd. I can say this because I used to be in a shitty band. I know what an ugly crowd looks like. Usually consists of one dude standing in the back of the room. He's got cut off jean shorts, a dirty mullet. He's wearing a Metallica t-shirt, drinking a Bud Light, and he can't stop screaming for us to play Freebird. Thanks for coming to the show, Dad. That's the first joke I ever told.
That's actually a really good joke.
And did it go over well? What did they say?
Yeah, no, it worked.
Okay.
Yeah, Tim's one of those guys where he's naturally funny.
Oh,
I agree, but how long? Well, okay, how long did you perform?
5 minutes.
And it was all rehearsed, like you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, just dude, when you're like at work, fucking like eating lunch and shit, bring a notepad with you and just write ideas.
Yeah, I don't know if
the ideas will become jokes.
I don't know if I ever
you have
prepared
to
more
work
than
and
I
go
did.
to open mics to make them fucking be a thing.
And I tell you this, man, it's not going to be good when you start.
You're not going to be great. Like we'll be honest
Why do you
with
say
you.
that? Like, what? How do you do? Like, there has to be such a thing as a person who goes up there and they just killed their first time.
They do. There are those people, but those are the
probably
exceptions.
didn't. I mean, I had a good set my first time. My second set sucked. Like that happens too. Like
you will fail. Like that's the best way I can describe
no one
this is,
on earth has not bombed. Everyone has bombed.
Yeah.
Your favorite comedian has bombed 1,000 times.
Ramon Rivas gave me the best advice that I ran on for the first couple years of me doing stand-up, which was nobody's going to give a shit about you for the first 2 years because you're just going to come around to shows. You're going to get booked. You're going to suck maybe on a few of them. And you're going to build a solid 5 minutes that'll turn into 10, that'll turn into 20, that'll turn into 45, that'll turn into an hour.
And
if you work at it, it becomes good. If you work at
it. It takes some people a month to get a good 5 minutes. It takes some people 3 years to get a good 5 minutes.
I still haven't found a good 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's still working on it. But the point is, that doesn't mean just because you start at a certain speed doesn't mean you can't get great eventually. I know people who are really bad for a really long time and they're really good now. Like everyone does it at a different speed.
Yeah. You gotta just
and it is hard not to give up when you're not doing well. I know it is, but Ray hasn't given up.
Pulse. Let me give you the greatest analogy for stand-up comedy ever. Think about the most heinous, most abusive relationship you were ever in. Like where you guys fucking hated each other, shit was thrown about, nothing got done, no communication whatsoever.
Brown's up 18.
That's when you bomb. When you bomb doing stand-up comedy, it feels like the world is against you and there is nothing you can do to make your mind not think that.
Okay, let's see. Knowing that, why do people continuously go up there? Okay,
hold on.
Because
there is that moment, that hot, almost like you can feel it in your chest that the shit is fucking going. It's like hitting blackjack on a fucking blackjack table 15 times in a row. Like there's no reason that this should feel this good, but you are fucking dominating the world when you fucking crush it. It's like having a chick answer the door in a fishnet bodysuit, red bottoms on, lipstick going, "I'm sorry I threw that shoe at you the other night, daddy." And then fucking you get down to what you're doing because it is sadistic how good that feeling is. I've crushed. Like for me, I've had those moments where I have a crowd in my fucking hands.
You feel like I apologize for this euphemism, but you feel like a god.
You do. It's
you feel like anything you can do is you don't feel human. You feel like you're another species. It's the greatest feeling on earth, and then you quickly come down from it, and that sucks. But when it happens, it's the best feeling, and then you chase it like a drug.
If you know how to like just control that moment in your life, where it's like, okay, this doesn't happen often, but when it does, I love it. That's why I always tell people, just try it. Try stand up once in your life. Try it out.
The highs are so great. That's why
the high is so. It's like hitting fucking. It's like hitting 00.
That's what I want, but like, okay, that you guys have swayed me now. Now I'm confident I'm gonna do it. But
hit an open mic, record it. We'll fucking. We'll
the thing is, the first time you get, and it might take a while, but the first time you get one real legitimate laugh, you'll feel it. You'll be like, that you fucking that like Randy Marsh.
How do you know? How do you know when to close? Do they signal you, or do they tell you before time you've got?
They'll give you a light.
They'll give you a light, which nowadays means they'll wave a cell phone at you. And you just do a head nod to say you saw it, and then you finish up.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
it seems more complicated than it is. I feel now that I explained it, it seems like I have to be looking for the phone. I'm like, you'll see it.
Yeah, you kind of keep your eyes looking over the top of the crowd, but also looking at them at the same time.
So whoever's hosting the show or whatever will bring his phone out, and he'll wave it at you like this, and you'll or he'll have his light on. And you'll just give them a head nod that you saw it, and that means you got a minute to finish up.
And so how do you go about closing? You just tell your final joke, and then after they
be like, "Hey man, they gave me the light. I got to get out of here, but I'm gonna leave you on." Usually, the comics words
say thank you.
Yeah,
thanks everybody. That's it.
Especially if you're bombing. If you make the light after 5 minutes, or 4 minutes, be like, thank you. And then fucking go into your like minute bit and get the fuck out of there kind of thing.
Everybody sign. And how do you sign off? I usually sign off. I usually say, thanks, everybody. My name's Tim Danko. Good night, man.
Yeah, that's usually what I do too. I'm, Pulse Reloaded or whatever the fuck you're going to call yourself. And don't. I feel like I should say this.
Oh, you should come up with a ridiculous stage name.
No! Don't you fucking dare! Don't you dare! See, this is why I was going to bring it up. Okay?
I know he was. That's why I said it.
Because I hate.
Oh my gosh, Sean Showtime. Like, there's some good ones, man.
Can I speak freely on this?
Go for it.
I've been doing 10 years. I feel like I should be able to say this. Don't fall into the urban fucking trend of comedy where you come up with a different name than either your own or like like some kind of play on your own.
Mikey the Laugh Master.
Don't call yourself like Pulse the Ripper or something. Like,
Please
don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Use your real name or use like, your first name and some made up name, or like you make up your first name and come up with
Charlie
the last
Hilarious.
name.
What I don't want to do
that
is,
shit.
Chucky Hilarious.
This is my fear, right? Like, what I don't want to do is like steal something from somebody else, like something that's already been said. But I feel like everything's already been said. Like every joke.
As long as you don't do it on purpose, and if you learn that you did a joke that's a lot like someone else, to just stop doing.
That's like a cardinal sin. Like
on
you always hear about.
If you do it on accident, it's different.
I just remember, obviously, the thing with Mencia and Rogan, but then I heard like Dane Cook and Louis C.K. they went at it because of what he calls parallel thinking or something like that. But I'm like, people have to realize all people are like basically the same. So it stands to reason that something that has happened to one person may have happened to somebody else, right?
Yeah, it happens. It's only a problem when you watch someone do an act and then do their joke. That's the difference.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Like, because like
if you don't do it on purpose, it's different, right? And sometimes you guys can have stuff that's similar, and you don't have to get rid of it necessarily, depending on how close it is. But like,
this is my thing, right?
Just don't do it on the same show.
All behavior is learned, right? Like everything you do is learned from somebody. So
I'm completely,
right. So I don't want to say something, and somebody's gonna be like, "Oh man, you stole that from such and such." I'm like,
you know what you say? You said if I didn't steal anything. If it's I'm like, send me the link.
If someone else is doing it, then I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, and you stop. You're like, hey, if someone else does that joke, do you have a link or something? Like, send it to me.
Show me.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Said it.
Yeah, and then
we'll go from there.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, well then I just won't do it anymore. It's
it's
similar. Like, dude, every comic has a bit about online dating. That's completely fine, unless you have the exact same joke about online dating, right? You're allowed to have the same premises.
I've never heard that. Hey, Johnny Smith.
Johnny.
But so like typically, what I don't want to do is like, because you see like especially black comedians, they always bring up race, and like I want to try to steer clear from that.
You don't
not that I want to.
Just talk about how black people and white people are different, and talk about booties as much as possible. You'll shoot to the top.
Talk about movies?
No, booties. Just booties and race.
Booties and race.
The thing is, don't do that. And the thing is, not every black comedian does that. Hannibal Buress doesn't do that. There's a lot of guys who don't do that.
Fuck you, Tim. But wait, no, we just scored. Okay, so it's 18-12. Browns are winning.
It was 18-6 last time I checked. Okay.
Yeah, we just scored apparently. So yeah.
Sorry, I had to kick a baby from Ohio. Well, we do that every day. That's how we wake up here.
As long as it's past 6 weeks there, or under 6 weeks.
I forgot about Hannibal Buress. So he basically got famous for exposing.
No.
Don't say that.
Hannibal was very successful far before that. Hannibal was killing it for years.
Yeah, Hannibal was being funny before.
That
like
only
he was
became
getting,
a thing because
he was getting
Hannibal
Comedy
was famous.
Central like
Yeah.
hours before
Hannibal,
the
yeah.
Cosby thing.
Yeah, and that was only a thing because Hannibal was famous.
No, but it was only funny to me because he brought up something that was already supposedly common knowledge, but nobody had looked into it.
It was strange. Yeah, it was strange. It's just kind of like in the public eye for whatever reason. It was such a good bit that it made people look into it again. It was very strange, and that's
why
I
feel like if I don't know where Bill Cosby's at nowadays, but if like
he's out, he's talking.
Is he's a free man? Is he a free man?
Like Hogan,
he's talking about touring again.
Still?
Yeah, Ray emailed him. He wants to open for him.
Would you? No, don't. No.
Ray, he's gonna pay you.
I don't give a fuck. I haven't emailed Dick. All right, I haven't done shit.
Ray, you're gonna open for him whether you like it or not.
No, not even on my best day.
You may not be aware it's happening, but you're gonna.
I could be unemployed. I would never hit up the Cosby people. It'd have to be at least $1 million for me to do 5 minutes.
He played the theater here like the year it opened, and his rider he made them get a couch, and it's still there.
Did Regan say something about it?
No, but I heard about it from people who work there.
That's weird.
Very much so.
All right, guys. I think it's time for us to close up shop. I have vacation time I gotta take tomorrow, which I might. I'm actually, before I go to dinner, I'm probably gonna live stream in the afternoon. Scally Bandit on Twitch. Go check me out there. And everybody else, thank you, by the way, Andrew Law, for being on the show today. Crushed it as always. We have not had a bad interview yet. We are 100%.
You are
on every interview we've had, and I'm going to tell you something. 354 episodes. We've had maybe 20 interviews,
20,
at
30,
most.
something like that, yeah.
We are fucking batting 1,000 on every single fucking one. Why? Because we are casual AF. We don't give a fuck about where you've come from.
And no one who comes here doesn't want to be here. That's
exactly.
That's why I'm afraid of paying people, because I don't want.
Yeah.
That's what makes me nervous about it. I don't want people to come here phoning it in and feel obligated because we pay them. Like, I don't want that, dude. I don't want that.
Yeah, no. I want people to be on this show and enjoy being on here with us every single Tuesday and Thursday. Make sure to do what it says down below. Share. That's the big thing. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, see you at the Kumite, fam.
Dude, I've been fucking more with the AI music, and now you can make personas, which means like you basically make songs that sound like they're from the same band. I made an album from this whole band. I call it Fantastic Wombats, and they're awesome, but you'll never know because I'm the only one who gets to listen to them.